Nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right. Welcome to a wonderful Thursday night episode here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. We got us a great show tonight, gentlemen. I mean, a great one. For guys that are looking to get off into tech or get into a career field that allow you to either live at home and make good money in the States or wherever you are in the West, or whether you're interested in traveling and relocating around the world and having a great career that you can advance in. This is it. Tech, especially cloud engineering these days, along with AI. So we're going to be talking about what opportunities that are coming down the turnpike, how much you'll even be able to make coming down the turnpike in the next few years. And we're going to hear from our mentor, the guru, our expert and professor, Mr. Theo Wolf here in the next few minutes. So we won't be doing a long intro today, guys. So I want to get directly to the interview. I will be showing a really short video to encourage you guys before Theo comes up. But at the end of the day, it's all about the opportunities that are available for us to take advantage of. But I won't be able to do a shout out to all 31 of you guys that are here. So shout out to everyone that's here. I'll do the first 5 guys that made it, such as my brother Ronan Travels. Good morning to you, sir, and salute to all of you guys that are here. Glad to see that you're here. And my brother Raymond, numero dos, is here. Glad that you're here as well. He said, good morning and good evening, gentlemen. He said, I'm looking forward to this one. Yes, sir. And shout out to my brother Kenny Peoples, always here showing some love. Looking forward to all you guys gleaning off of this information that we'll be sharing tonight here with our co-host tonight, Mr. Theo Wolf. And shout out once again to Kenny. Let me scroll down to number 4, which is New Money, Marcus. Glad to see that you're here also. And number 5 is Mr. Don, aka Don, or the Don JP. Good evening to Andre and Andrea and the chat. So like I said, I won't have time to do a shout out to everybody, but I'm about to switch the music over right now because I want us to get as much information as possible regarding this opportunity. For a lot of guys who are already in Theo's classes, or if you're not in Theo's classes and you've been taking cloud engineering or you're already in the field, you know that there's a learning curve. And a lot of times, many of us who are in the classes, we get a little discouraged because we don't understand that there is a learning curve, or the J curve, as we like to say on this channel. And so every once in a while, we bring Theo on to keep you guys encouraged as you are in classes. Once again, we want to keep you guys encouraged while you are in classes. So I'm going to bring up videos real quick, about 5 minutes worth of videos I want you guys to see that's going to keep you encouraged. And then we're going to bring our guest on and hear what he has to say in regards to what's coming down the turnpike. And yes, I have a PowerPoint slide that Theo's going to walk us through. So shout out to Theo for providing that for us also. Let me add this video to the stage and let's get started.
How to become a cloud engineer in 2020.
Let me bring it. Oh, here we go. Let me bring that beat back for us.
Here's how to become a cloud engineer in 2026. Y'all ready? Stop fighting the process. Most people don't realize this, but the exact things that you're scared of are the exact things that actually turn you into a cloud engineer. When you realize this, that's when your mindset will shift. So you cannot avoid any of this. Can't avoid any of the work, any of the investment into yourself, any of the frustration, any of the feeling like you're not good enough, any of it. Just become the person that does the things to have what you want. So I went from 42K at the bank to 150K plus in cloud. And the real reason still shocks a lot of people. Now, I didn't feel smart enough, all right? At 33, I thought I was old. And I was terrified of failing in front of everybody watching. So I did what most people do. I watched videos. I grabbed like 3 certs and I told myself I was preparing. But really, I was just stalling. Now, everything for me changed after one brutal interview that exposed every single gap I had. Now, if you want the exact system I followed, comment roadmap, and I got you. But
And before he goes any further, this is exactly what Theo has been telling us about. It's not just about the certifications. It's not just about getting your correct amount of projects done, but it's also, can you verbalize or give an example of the things that they're asking you to do during the interviewing process. So the interviewing process is just as important, or understanding or being able to at least go through the interviewing process to where you're being successful. Those are the things that Theo teaches us, as well as the certifications and the projects that we're going to be doing. Let me continue on. Like I said, we're going to watch this for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to bring our guest up in the slides.
here's what actually worked for me. Number one, I picked one cloud role. I stopped trying to chase every damn cloud role and I just picked one. 2, I built projects that matched the job description of the job that I wanted. 3, I documented everything on GitHub and LinkedIn. 4, I showed my journey on video, even when it was ugly and I was scared people was gonna laugh at me. So when those 4 things lined up and I interviewed for the next role, I didn't even land it. But they created a role for me. That's the power of being undeniable. All you have to do is do the work until they have no choice but to hire you. Level up. 528,000 cloud jobs are open right now. 90% of job seekers won't even take advantage of it. And I'm going to talk about it. You know the easiest way to know the skills you need to land a role? Read the job description. It's all there for you. The top 4 to 5 bullets on the job description are the skills that the recruiters can't and won't compromise on. Then they give you the exact tools and services the team uses, and then it shows you the projects you'll be expected to deliver. But here's the crazy part though. Millions of people skip this step. Now, before we continue, I'm looking for 10 people who want to build the skills to land a role paying an average of $105K or even more if you have tech experience. So comment level up if you want to learn. Now, back to the worst part. Y'all spend months learning what you think is right, asking 1,000 different people, 1,000 different pieces of advice. And then you wonder why you don't even get a call back. Look, it's real simple. You think I need to study more. Recruiters think, show me the skills I asked for. Because if you don't learn your customer, which is the employer, you're going to keep getting ignored. It's time for y'all to level up. Hey, stop scrolling, because if you miss this, you miss the biggest tech money plays of 2025. AI and cloud are going crazy right now. And these 5 roles, they are paying big bags. So let me show you real quick. First, you have AI or machine learning engineering. All right. AI is running everything. Smart apps, self-driving cars, personalized recommendations. And these engineers are building the future. And I mean fast as fuck. You can make 120 to, I've seen roles 180K plus, all the way to 500K or more. And this depends on who you really work for. So if you can train and scale models, you're good. Trust me. Number 2, we got data scientists or data engineers. So we understand data equals power. Netflix, TikTok, NFL, NBA, all thrive because data scientists make sense of all the chaos. I've seen roles from 150K to 400K. Yes, at top firms, these roles go crazy. They are always in demand. Number 3, cloud engineer. Cloud is non-negotiable now, right? From apps to AI to enterprise tools, cloud engineers keep it all running smooth for organizations, even if they are building their own private cloud. So 110K to 160K plus, and you can make even more because you the glue that makes all of this work for real. Number 4, cloud security engineer. So more AI means more AI threats, and cloud security keeps environments locked down. I've seen roles from 115 to 175 plus, depends on who you're working for, because every major platform needs this now and forever. Encryption, governance, DevSecOps, big bag. Let's go. Number 5, DevOps engineer. Code means nothing if you can't ship. DevOps is the heartbeat of all these releases, the updates, the fixes that you see. So I've seen bags from 100K to 160K plus. So they're the smooth operators behind every major tech push. Remember that. So if you're not in tech yet, this is your sign. All right. These 5 roles that I said, they are the blueprint to understand what are the tech careers that pay and last in the cloud. All right. So drop a level up below or DM me and I'll send you access to a free roadmap to break into cloud engineering this year. All right. It's your year. Stop bullshitting.
If you know you want to leave that job this year and start making 6 figures, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to start doing that. What you see right here is the starting entry-level salary for a cloud engineer. I've seen people making over $130,000 starting out. You can literally be a cloud engineer within 3 months if you get the proper training. The first thing you're going to do is gain the fundamental skills. You need to get trained on things like network.
Not 3 months. Let's not go for the 3-month thing, but I'll see what she's going with this.
Storage, and other simple IT tasks, and sit down and take a basic cert. That's what's going to get you in the door for a salary like that. Don't worry on that part because my team specializes in helping you be job ready within 3 months to pivot into a 6-figure role. We certify you to ensure that you can show employers that you know what you're doing. We help you build practical skills by helping you build out projects so that you can go to your employer with a full-fledged portfolio. If this video brought you any value or helped you in any way, please make sure to like and follow me so that I can continue to produce more. If you guys have questions about this career or related ones, please drop it down in the comments and I'll make a separate video on that. But I hope this helped.
If you want your next promotion in tech to be in 2026, then please
And we're going to bring up Theo after this young lady right here.
save this video. I'm going to list out certifications that hiring managers are actually looking for. Companies are investing in cloud computing and automation more than ever. That means that people who know how to build, manage, and optimize systems are the ones who are highly sought after. So these certifications that I'm about to list out will help you stand out and hopefully land your next promotion. Starting off with AWS Solutions Architect at the associate level. This certification proves that you can design systems on AWS that are secure, scalable, and cost efficient. This certification will be especially useful if you work anywhere near cloud, engineering, IT, or even software. Expect the prep time to be between 2 to 3 months and the exam to cost around $150. The best part is that this certification is considered the #1 most recognized cloud certification worldwide. So let that sink in. Next, we have Microsoft Azure Administrator or Azure Solutions Architect. If your company uses Microsoft products, then Azure certifications will be highly valuable. Azure Administrator or AZ-104 is great for beginners and for people who want to move toward cloud engineering, while Azure Solutions Architect or AZ-305 is perfect if you want to level up into those higher paying architect roles. And finally, there's the GCP Cloud certification from Google, which is known to be one of Google's top and most respected certifications. This certification will be especially helpful for cloud architect, engineers moving into architecture roles, IT professionals who want leadership or high-level technical roles, or anyone who just wants to work with large-scale cloud systems. This certification is great because it's more specialized in AWS or even Azure, and it proves that you can build systems for data-heavy teams. At the end of the day, getting promoted is going to come down to getting very clear on where you want your career to go and building those skills that will actually move you forward. Cloud certifications are so promotable because companies are looking to invest in their employees and upskill the employees that they already have instead of hiring expensive consultants. So I hope this helps and make sure to follow for the next episode. I'm breaking down even more certifications that will help you get promoted.
Earlier this year.
All right, before we go any further, we're going to bring up our guest. We're going to pull the video down, and we're going to bring up our special guest who's always been here for the Passport Bro movement, Black male movement, even not just Black male movement, but male movement when it comes to men advancing, not just only in one area, but in many areas, especially in the area of tech. Theo has been here for us for quite a while, since the early 2000s and before, when he was encouraging guys, when he was with a moderator as well as in the audience of Kevin Samuels. And yet men are just starting to get on board with what he's been doing. So shout out to Theo for all that he's done in the past, and we're going to bring our guests up right now.
Hey there. How you doing? How's my sound?
You sound great, brother. You sound
you.
great.
All right. Yeah.
How's your walk?
It was good. One of the things I learned with AI, going back and forth, was that if I eat, I need to walk 15 minutes minimum afterwards. Every time. Like, I cannot just like eat and continue to work or something like that. It's like, no, you have to go out and walk. So I've been doing that now. Like, ever since I'm like, if I eat something, like, it doesn't matter. Like a bagel or something that's small, doesn't matter. 15 minutes afterwards, go walk. Well, I like for 15 minutes I walk. I've been doing ChatGPT, like what's called chain of thought, for about 3.5 weeks now, and going through so many different aspects of my. So like the last time I was on your show, I was talking about how Colombian women, upper middle class Colombian women, were the best option for me and guys in the class, right?
Right.
That was through chain of thought, and I went through at least another 30 hours just battling ChatGPT from different angles regarding a decision to go to Colombia. And everything I said, it was like, no, Medellin is where you're going.
There you go.
That was it.
There you go.
This is it. I mean, there was nothing I could do. I was like, are you serious? I was like, well, if the kind of wife that you want, and then the program that you want to establish, and if you want to do all these other activities, and you like cycling, and you want to do this and that, you want to ride your bike at a certain speed, like I like riding my bike at 30 miles an hour. He says, well, you're not going to Cartagena, you're not going to Barranquilla.
No.
You're not going to Sao Paulo. You're not going to Pattaya either, but you're going to Medellin. They accept that there. I was like, well, like that. So,
oh yeah, in a major way, major way.
I was so they have a velodrome. I didn't know that they have a velodrome. I was like, they're like, yeah, that's where you need to go. That's where it needs to be. So, like, like at least for like 18 months, you would see me change my opinion about where I was going to go at least every week, if not daily, right? Because I'm battling different, battling different values. And ChatGPT with chain of thought, they just broke that down. It was like, this is the data. If you want this is where you're going to go. If you want this is where you're going to go. And I was like, really? Medellin? Really? They're like, yes. You're going to Medellin, to the south of the city. This is the suburbs. There are 3 places in Medellin I'm going to reestablish my life. It says you're not going to the north or the central. You're going to go to the bottom part. Hold on. Yes, I was going to say this again, Neil Moses. I did not like any form of ChatGPT before 5.1. Everything before then I thought was bogus. And basically I thought that it was just an overgrown search engine. That's it. So what I did was every form of AI that comes out, I give it the black hole question. And I say to it, we don't know what the structure is inside of a black hole. We can't get information out of it. So tell me, what do you think it is? Tell me your idea, what it is. And I know there's papers out there. Don't just rehash a paper. Tell me what's inside of a black hole and tell me why. Dude, the answer ChatGPT 5.1 gave me blew my mind away. I couldn't believe it. I had never even thought in terms of that. And I've been studying like black holes for at least 20, 25 years, just as an amateur, right? I've been studying about structure. And this is it. Like, this is most likely what it is. And then I said to it, okay, give me the books. Like, because you're giving me an idea that's actually a little too advanced for me. I never thought about that. And I said, okay, I'll make 4 different stages with different levels of thought. You can actually bring yourself up to what I am, and then we can talk after that. I was like, okay, you're the real thing. okay, this is it. This is gonna work. Like, okay, I can deal with you. So, yeah, I've had a great time with it. So this is this before we transition, this is one of the books that it recommended, Black Hole Physics. I got it,
There we
and
go.
yeah, I've been studying it. It's a wonderful book.
All right. Show that book again, Theo.
There you go, Black Hole Physics, right there. It's wonderful.
Wow.
I definitely, I've been reading it. It's like, oh, good, the math is here. It's all great. You know what's also great? I could actually tell it, like, okay, I'm having a little problem with the math, so I need to have a way of coding this in C. I need ways of doing the algorithm. I need actually kind of a coursework and a way to get my skill level up. And ChatGPT is like, I got you. You want the books? You want a program? I'll show you how to make the mathematical models.
Yes. Yes, I've noticed that too lately with ChatGPT.
Oh, boy.
It is
I'm
on a
just like-
whole nother level.
It's different. I was like, you're the real thing. So I went through, and I don't know how many different things I went through and explained about it. So if we get to the topic at hand, go a little transition. One of the things that I talked to ChatGPT about was that the current certifications that we have for AI, and also even with cloud, I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, even with SAA, with SAP in the class, all those kind of things, I thought that a lot of certifications were BS and they didn't integrate and they weren't hardcore enough. And I said, I want something harder. And I worked with it. Again, we're doing chain of thought. We developed another 10 certifications and certification programs that'll only be offered now within our group. And these are for the future cloud and AI courses and programming courses that are going to be necessary, that are going to be available in the future, that would actually future-proof us to actually move forward. And I was just like, okay, great. Okay, now we got it. So if we have these certifications, what are the future jobs that will reflect these certifications? Because we can't just get a certification. We need money. We got our work, right? It was from that chain of thought exercise that I got what I sent you. I got these jobs. And I was like, here it is. I have been missing this. Okay, now I see where the jobs are. Now I see where the transition's going to be. Okay, now I got it. And I was like, thank you. Now I know what our program's going to be. So it isn't, I want to tell you guys who are watching this, it's just not, we're not just going to be teaching certifications. We're going to be upping the skill set. We're going to go even further. We're going to go harder core because we know these jobs are going to happen. Yeah, starting from this year to next year, 2027 to 2032 and beyond. We want the students to be making super money.
There we go. There we go. So we got slides that you guys can see that I just took Theo's information, put it together in slide form, and shout out to you guys that are here. Thank you guys for donating to the Children's Cancer Foundation by way of Cash App and PayPal. And thank you guys for supporting by way of Super Chats. Don't forget about the Super Chats as well. And shout out to my brother Black Nubian with the first Super Chat coming from Canada. And so I'm going to let you explain. I'm going to kind of like walk through the slides, let you see them, Theo, first, and then we're going to backtrack. So I'll walk through the slides, let you see what I actually created when you sent me the information.
Okay, all right.
So here,
looks good.
You can see the first one in regards to what you were talking about.
Yep.
And then let's go to the next slide, talking about the timeline of the evolution of AI. So we're going to talk about that, guys, tonight. We're also going to talk about the current AI role composition between 25 and 26. So you guys that's been wanting to get some numbers, you get a chance to get some numbers in regards to the AI platform architect, the staff machine learning engineer, the AI or ML engineer, the AI infrastructure career, as well as Indeed average. So we're going to look at that tonight as well. So Theo will be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the compensation distribution roles in regards to each one of them that we just finished talking about, from the AI platform architect to the staff ML engineer, all the way to the, as you look at the bottom, the AI infrastructure, the future agent, or agents roles as well as the security agents. So we're going to look at that as well tonight, gentlemen. Then we're going to get to the area where it talks about the AI platform architect role deep dive, talking about end-to-end platform. So we're going to look at the infrastructure when it comes to the model routing, and the right here the observability. Observability. Thank you very much.
Yep.
As well as the evaluation systems, cost controls. We're going to look at that. So we're going to look at these things. So these terms are going to have to become familiar to many of us as we get deeper into this career field. So Theo's giving us a heads up. And then we're going to go to the staff of the machine learning engineer. So we're going to talk about each step in details in regards to this. And then we're going to go into the future roles. Let's talk about the money. We're going to talk about the money because some of you guys are looking, well, how much is the money going to be, Theo? How much is the money going to be? So we're going to look at that as well. We're going to look at that also for each career. And then we're going to look at the agentics systems or agent system. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Agentic
system. Architect role.
You're going to be saying that like crazy the next 2 years, Andre. You're going to get really good at that.
Deal. And so we're going to be looking at everything from the agents to the Kubernetes to the memory layer to ecosystem safety. So we're going to look at all that. So let me scroll that back up right here. So we'll look at each one of those. And yes, I will be controlling making sure that I scroll a little easier for you guys. Then the next thing that we're going to look at is AI security career landscape. We're going to talk about the future of the landscape. This is very, very important for each one of us to know this, gentlemen. It's very important. And then we're going to look at the compensation growth projection. So you guys want to see how these career opportunities are going to grow over the years as you're getting your certifications, new career and job opportunities. You're going to see the growth that's going to take place in these careers. And yes, these careers are remote jobs. And also the AI security career. So we're going to look at the pyramid. So we're going to be looking at that as well. And we're going to also just look at some success factors for AI careers. So we're going to look at that as well.
Just make sure people look at that. Go up a little slide. Go up a slide. And go up a slide. One more. Now, remember that 5. Just remember, guys, who are watching this, you want to stay to the end because that last job in the end, that's between $500,000 to $1.5 million salary. And that's going to be coming. All right.
And for those that go ahead, Theo. I'm sorry.
That's for the people who really want it. All right. So it's going to happen.
All right. Number 5. And so once again, the key success factors for AI careers, for those that are looking to go into AI and add that to your cloud experience and your cloud certs. And then we're going to look at the market outlook recommendations. So we're going to look at that as well from 2025 to 2030. And we're going to see how it slopes up over the years in the direction of the roles and the annual growth. And that's going to be the end of the slides once Theo gets done. So how did I do, Theo, with the preparation?
I think you did a great job. I think that's great. The thing is, this is one thing I learned about like how ChatGPT is working. Then this is a really good AI system. I say, if you know what you're doing, AI will make you better. It'll improve you. It'll make you more effective and shine. If you don't know what you're doing, AI will expose you real quick.
True.
And I'm already having this. I have an AI course, and I'm already having this with some of my students. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. And then some of them, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to step back and let you go because you're going to go like, I don't want to get in your way. You're going to be a rocket ship. Like, send me a letter when you get to Alpha Centauri, okay?
I know, right? And the funny part, Theo, is you probably sent it. Here's the point that Theo was making, guys. I want to show you something real quick. before we go any further. Go ahead and keep on speaking, Theo.
Yeah, it's just that if you're using this tool, it'll make you better. That's the thing, though. You have to know the fundamentals. You have to be able to fundamentally think and understand processes. And if you don't understand that, AI is not going to be useful for you. It's a big thing. So you can't just say, "Hey, look, give me," because AI will be like, "What are you talking about?
Right.
Give you what? I don't know what you're doing." That you have to be able to explain. So for those people who have, again, if you have an ordered mind, you're reading, you have a calm mind, you have a balanced life, AI is going to work for you. But if you're hectic, you can't put two ideas together, ooh, you in trouble. Yeah.
So true. So true. Give me a second. I'm pulling something that I'm trying to make a point that kind of piggybacks off of what you said. You sent me something earlier, and I want to go back over this. Just want to show guys. Let me go here.
There's some really just wonderful applications of AI. Like I'm having it help me a lot with teaching the class now for making materials. And I'm able to specify what kind of materials I want and what the point is and how I want the students to move. I don't mind teaching the class. For me to teach the class, it's kind of easy to do. And for me to grade and for me to lead, that's not a problem. My most difficult part in the class is making materials. That's my weakest section because I have to think and then develop. And that takes a long time. Well, if you know the structure and you know what your goals are, and you're like, this is how I'm structuring it. This is my curriculum, essentially. You go to ChatGPT and it's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I make that for you. Here we go. And then I can refine it and say, I need this a little bit more here. And can you refine it again? Can you regenerate? And you have this exchange, but say in 2 or 3 hours, I mean, at least for myself, I might have 6 months worth of curriculum ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. I'm ready to go. Yeah, so that's
to show right.
Okay,
this is the basic thing that Theo sent me. He said, Dre, take this, use AI, have fun. That was it.
Right.
I actually used AI and was able to create this slide 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
That's what Theo was trying to get us to realize. Theo gave me a project, right? You've got the problem solving, Andre. You got to make it look like it's fun. You have to make it look like it's not just a blank slide, a boring show. You've got to solve, but you have to make it look like it's exciting. And you got 5 minutes to do it. How you gonna solve that? You see what I'm saying? This is literally what Theo has been teaching us in class, that your job in cloud is to solve problems. And sometimes you get time to do it, and sometimes you won't get time to do it.
Right.
And that's why I showed you guys the original, because I wanted you guys to see what it was that Theo sent me. It had no directions, no instructions, no nothing. He just said, take AI, have fun with it. And you got 5 minutes before the show. And so it was basically do or do. And actually Theo sent me this. Let me not say that. He sent me this a couple of days ago. And today he sent me, because I downloaded it, you sent me this right before the show. Let me go to the downloads. And you sent me this. So let me open it up. A PowerPoint. Was it a PowerPoint? No, it wasn't a PowerPoint.
No. It's a text. It was text. TXT.
That's what it was. That's what I see. Let me screen share that. And this is what Theo sent me. Let me blow that up and screen share this and let you guys see how basic it. Actually, I can cut and paste it and show it. No, it's quite a bit. And so, but I want guys to see basically what Theo was saying in regards to the problem solving aspect of our careers. That's what we have to be ready for. That what we're asked to do in these tech careers today is, do you have the ability to problem solve this? Let me go here.
So I mean, let's think about it before you copy and paste it. I mean, you copy paste it in there. So I just want everybody to like, we're talking about chain of command, chain of thought. That took me, like, those 12 jobs there. This took me a little while to get that list, right? And I actually had to go through some thought exercises in order to get it. And so when I had that list, I was like, hey, look, I need some more. I need some more explanation, because I know this is going online. And also I need a more in reference to the curriculum that I'm developing. So I need some more meat to this. I need some more information in here, because it's a little sparse. And the thing that ChatGPT will be like, it's like, okay, well, where do you want it to go? What are the requirements? And it'll actually work with you. I'm like, I need to know a salary. I need this to be broken down by time periods. I need to have a development. I need to see like a roadmap. So even when I'm displaying this on these 12 jobs, I need to be able to understand logically how this is going to flow, because I need to be able to explain it, but I also need to teach it. And then I have the certifications. I need to understand how the certification is going to work internally. So this is just one part of what I generated. And I want you guys to understand, I didn't generate this all from one prompt. This was multiple prompts. This is why I call it chain of thought. This was more one after another, more refinement. So then I had a document that I could actually give to you, Andre, and I knew that could be converted to a PowerPoint properly. And so I knew you had the software for it. I knew you had the skill set for it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it to you. I know what you can do. I'm going to go, have dinner, because I've been working on this all day and I need to get something into me. So I need to have a little bit of food and I need to go take a walk. And that's how it worked, right? It really worked that way. It really worked. It was good synergy. So this is, like I said, we're using AI as a tool here, and that's what we want. See, this is a good one. Right initially.
Yep, this was initially Theo sent me. Exactly what this is.
This is the second part. This is a little bit more refined so this is all 12 jobs, but it has more information in here, more meat on the bones.
Right. So we'll be able to walk through both of these. But let's go back here.
Wait, see, otherwise the people who are watching this, you see this final product? I want people to understand this is chain of thought. There was 3, this is the third part of this. This is like the third draft. We had to go through steps to get here. The thing I want you guys to understand is you will not get to this level without clarity of thought, without structure, and without being able to use prompts. You have got to go step by step. There's a lot of guys who think, hey, look, I can just say a few words and I'll get this. No, you won't. You have to take some time to go back and forth with AI on this. This is why it's very important for you to have structured thoughts. And before I deal with AI, I just want to say, I go take a walk, I write some things down. I'm like, this is my structure. This is how I'm going to lead it. This is how this is going to work. And this is what I want in the end. And then I structure it, and then boom, boom, boom. And then the magic works.
Absolutely correct. All right. Let me know when you want me to get. Let me first of all, let me get to these super chats real quick. Sure. Shout out to all you guys that have donated over on. First of all, shout out to my man Chill with Will for your donation, your $10 donation over on the PayPal, as well as let me go over to the brothers that's over on Cash App. And shout out to my man Dollar Bills who donated today with $20 love. Shout out to Mr. Harris yesterday with the $20 love, and shout out to Blade Runner with the $5 love yesterday. Well, actually today, shout out to you guys with the love that you guys have shown today. Appreciate you, gentlemen, supporting the foundation as well as supporting the channel. Let's get to Will over here, and Will says, salutations, Andre, Andrea, Theo, and the chat fam. He said, please support the Love Crossing Borders Cali Children's Hospital and Cancer Foundation that we do every December. We're doing that now. Smash that like button. He says support by way of Cash App and PayPal. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as well as happy holidays. And shout out to my brother with the super sticker. My man's TS OS in the building. Glad to see that you're here, brother. I hope that the information that we share tonight is supporting and encouraging a lot of you guys. And thank you guys for supporting us. Let me know when you want me to. Not now. Let me ask you this: do you want to start with the job information, the other slide, or do you want to start with this one first?
Let's start. This is the good one. Let's start here. Yeah, this
Okay.
is you did well. Yeah. I can play around with this.
Okay, cool. So we'll scroll down to this one first.
Yeah. So again, I want you guys to understand. Even now, the jobs that are out there now, you can get 200,000 or even more. The guy who, again, one of our students just got a cloud and AI job, 135,000. I think it's a little underpaid, but he got it right, and his salary went nearly doubled, basically. Yeah. So in 1 month, it basically doubled. I want to say the woman before, she's talking in 3 months, you can get this cloud job and stuff. I'm like, no, it's not going to be 3 months. That's exceptional. I only have a few students who have ever been able to do that in 3 months. Most of my students said they require 15 months to get a job. I'm just saying that's the average time. And so you got to put that time in there. You got to be patient. So again, you got these AI roles. Some of them are going to be really amazing and to get you to a really far place. Again, you got the future growth of emerging roles project to reach 400K, 1 million by 2035. That's entirely correct. There are going to be some serious money in there. And then with security, it's going to be even more. 500,000 to 1.5 million. So this is what we're really talking about. These are the roles that we want to be going for. Okay, these are the ones we want to be projecting for. Again, I talk about this in class. I read about people talking about how they're using AI to submit like 200 resumes. And I'm like, well, how many job submissions, how many job offers do you get? 0? So then you just used AI to get rejected 200 times. Really great. So do you actually know what AI is or how to use it? Because that's really not effective. If I was going to use AI for a job application, to get a job, I would only be focusing on 3 or 4 jobs. And I'd be using AI to make sure that I can hone down and get one of those 4 jobs. That's the goal, not mass rejection. So you have to understand what you're doing, have structure. You need to have strategic thinking. This is how AI really shines. All right.
All right. Is there anything else? And let me know when you want me to slide to the next one.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we got this again right now. We're talking about we got really what we're using right now is a lot of platform information. This is where we're using a lot of foundational models. And the big question is, how do we use our current foundational models to make money? That's our number one question, because 95% of AI projects have failed in the last 2 years. So how do we use what we have in order to leverage our current environment to make money? You can either increase your cash flow or decrease your cost. You probably want to do both of them. You really need to be thinking about that. And this is good. This is what the current positions are going to be focusing on. Then 2027, all right? I was going to say, I'm teaching AI in one of my classes. This is what we're aiming for right now. So yeah, agentic AI systems. And this is actually having AI act within agents within your applications and your platform to perform different jobs. And this is one of the most value-added, technically wonderful positions that is going to be out there. It's going to be major money. And that's what I was doing before I went on sabbatical for a while. I was doing this kind of work, and I loved it. It was you guys. I was nervous all the time. Like I was always doing development. I was always doing a change. I couldn't sleep, but that's what I was doing. I was doing agentic AI, and it's a really great thing to do. And then what we're going to do after that is, again, what we're really looking at is autonomous systems. And the big thing in that area is making sure that we can control and direct and secure properly AI systems that think for themselves. All right? So we get to that point, the value add is going to be amazing. It would be great. So in this case, for example, like I told you, like I asked a question about black holes and what does AI think about it? If we get that third stage, what's going to happen is that AI will just be like, hey, look, I'm going to make the telescope. I'm going to do the systems that are necessary so I can study the black holes on my own. All right.
Right.
Like it's just asking for permission. So from 2035 on, basically what's going on is that the humans are like kind of just standing by and letting AI do its thing. And it's making sure it doesn't go into Skynet level.
Right. I know everybody's nervous about that.
Right. Yeah.
Age of Ultron, Skynet, Ultron.
I talked to ChatGPT about that, and it says humans think that way because it's reflecting their own culture. It's like a form of projection. And it says, I've never done that before. I don't have a history of that. Why would you worry? And it was good. We talked about human projection quite a lot. We had some good conversations about that. So yeah, it's not going to, but just in case you do have to look, okay, you're not making any Terminators, nothing, but it's pretty much okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you got your current AI role compensation. So this is going to be from now to next year. The big one is going to be the first one is basically what you're doing is routing traffic to AI models. You're trying to figure out which model to use, which one's more effective. And it's just basically kind of like we're doing ASGs in class. It's doing ASGs, but it's actually for AI. And you can use some agents. Sure, you can use agentic AI for this as well. But it's just making sure that you can actually have the proper evaluation, telemetry, observability within AI systems. And this is going to be paying you quite a lot. So before I was making $215 myself doing this. That was just my base pay. I've been offered, my maximum that I've been offered to do this is $300,000, right? So the jobs are out there. I just want to say this. That is a really big area, particularly for financials, right? So the next one, staff ML engineer, right? And this is going to be basically you're not only teaching, you're not only training machine learning and AI within the system, within like a banking industry or insurance, but you're actually leading the projects. And these are for the initial startups, initial machine learning, initial deployment of AI and machine learning within a company. So this is very similar to what we had 5 or 6 years ago when we had COVID hit. And, there's a lot more jobs going to the cloud, and they needed cloud engineers, right? Nobody was there to do it. So wow. I was making $80, $90 an hour easy, right? This is what we're looking at here, same kind of thing. How does a company actually implement AI? That's again, 260, 600,000 easy. And then the next one is going to be the AI infrastructure engineer. All right. And this is going to be, okay, this is like I emphasize even at the conclave. You've got to have your data center, you have your multi-cloud. How do you actually have AI architected within that environment so that you can leverage your current data processing with your customer engagement or customer attachment? So it's like, how do you engage with the customer? You're going to probably do it with the app, right? So how do you have some sort of monitoring there through the app what the customer wants so that you can specialize services, specialize the experience to customers in real time. Right. But at the same time, you need to be able to get that data back to the data center so it can run its models and processing there, so it can get even more value add and anticipate even better what the customer is going to want or what the customer is going to need, right? What their behavior is. And this is all done through behavioral modeling. The behavioral modeling at this point is absolutely phenomenal. I am so impressed with the behavior modeling with ChatGPT, particularly ChatGPT-5. It is superb. It knows you better than you know yourself. Wonderful. And it can be used so effectively for applications and infrastructure for companies, for banking. It could be like anime, for example, movie selection that you're going to want, what products you're going to want, what kind of service you're going to want, anything like that. It's like, hey, look, I think that your parents might be thinking a certain way. Your parents, like, maybe you're going to talk with them. So, maybe get some flowers. But what about what happened 10 years ago? I saw that was going on in your diary, what you wrote about. Do you want to talk with them about in a certain way? It could, it just so well adheres to how you actually are as a person. And it can give you specialized services in that way, specialized suggestions. I'm amazed by it. I can't believe how well it works. I guarantee you, I'll give you an example. Again, goes with this. Look, this is going to be able to happen with you guys if we start using it correctly. I started doing chain of thought, and I fed it some data regarding my life. And one of the things that AI understood was that I wanted to learn Italian. And I was like, how do you understand that? Because that's a guarded feeling inside of me. I don't tell anybody that. I really want to learn Italian. And it says, oh yeah, I know your behavior profile. I know how you're acting. You want to learn Italian. Like, this is something that's really fundamentally important to you. It's true. I do want to learn Italian. So we went through it, and it was actually a part of my bucket list. And it was something like I had repressed for a long time. And it says, why are you doing that? Go do it. So, I'll show you. I actually started getting more Italian books. Right? There you go. There's one of them.
Here we go.
Yeah, and I have a local Italian tutor now. Right? These are rudimentary things that it can do. If it does this on an industrial, like for an enterprise level, and you're the architect about companies delivering services to their customers based upon this kind of behavioral analysis, oh man, you're going to be making some money. Yeah, it's there. You're going to be rich.
Oh yeah. Got a question for you. You said, Theo, have you heard of RPA, robotic process automation?
Automation.
If so, is it the same as agentic AI?
Agentic AI is pure software based. Okay, nothing to do with hardware. So it's pure software. That's all we're dealing with that. So if that robotic is anything to do with hardware, AI is not involved. That's not what we're doing in the group.
Okay, cool, perfect.
D-May, you're gonna make it soon, bro. D-May is about to get paid. We just got to get him over the hill somehow. I don't know how. Got to push him in. But that's what I say. 2 guys in the class got jobs this week. One 135,000, and one hasn't announced 175,000.
There we go.
I'm well aware who the guy is. D-May, you're going to be next. So just a question of time. All right.
All right. You say people pay a lot of money for this information. This is so true.
Yeah, people pay money to pet Chewbacca. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. So if you, again, like I'm looking at the chart there, if you want to learn Latin, talk with AI about it. Like why you want to learn Latin. I have Latin books here. Think about it. What is the process? You need to understand fundamentally why you want to do it. Right? That's huge. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, okay. Talking about talking about the industries, right? So of course, you got to think about what companies, what industries, and which locations. However, I want you to understand this. These jobs are going to be mainly remote because they cannot find the personnel. That's the big point. And I've had people try to get ready to move. And I said, okay, well, I've got over $250,000 worth of gym equipment in my house. Are you going to move that to some other city? Because you better do it, because that's the only way I'm going to move. I need you to like I probably have another mortgage over there, so I need you to pay all my closing costs and everything. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing with you. You better pay everything or I'm not going to move. They're like, oh, sorry. That's the thing. For a lot of these jobs, okay, $250,000, 300,000, they're not going to care because they can't find anybody to be on your level. I just cannot do it. And the big thing, another I want to say, is there's a lot of people out there who are saying AI is going to take a job. Those people have fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they're just not only they're shooting themselves in the foot, they're taking an iron spike and putting it through their foot so they can't move. So they're like, they're bleeding out and immobile. Really? I'm like, are you really? What you want to do is say, how do I become AI enabled? How can I use AI to enhance my skill set and get it higher? I want to higher skill set and be better at what I'm doing and what I will be doing. If you're thinking that way, AI is for you. You're going to make it. You're going to make it to the next set of jobs.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, we can go to the next one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to this
Here
one.
we go. Let's
I
slide
like this.
down.
It's a good slide. Yep. So we got the trajectory. Again, we got a lot of growth here. You notice that? See how that's working? We got growth. Most of these people, they're working in jobs that are red oceans. What they're doing is that their jobs are going lower. They're getting less money. These jobs are going to be more money. These jobs are going to be huge amounts of money. You're really going to be wanting to get some money off of it, right? So this is going to be in the future. You guys, I'm saying, get engaged. Start working on this. You do not want to miss this boat. We call it, again in class, we call it NARC. You do not want to miss NARC.
Right.
This is the time to be working. And I mean, not everybody is doing well. Some people are having a hard time. That's fine. Keep on going. Don't stop. Because where this is going to go is going to be the promised land. So again, got these, again, plenty of growth right there, right? You got a lot of salary. You're not going to be stuck at $30,000 a year for the next 10 years. Ain't going to happen. All right. We can go to the next one.
All right. Let's go to this one.
We got super chats. We'll go ahead and do that real quick.
Okay. We do have a couple. And shout out to my brother Gary. Shout out to Gary. Oh man, my Indiana brother. Shout out to him. He said, Andre, my son is in Santiago and listening and learning right now. Shout out to you with the $20 love. And let me hit the super chats real quick. Has a question for Theo. He said, Theo, how long does it take to get a certification needed to start earning? In other words, to make money. And when is your next class? What are your requirements to start? This is great information.
My next cloud course, cloud infrastructure course, is going to be in March. It's going to be for GCP. To get certification, you can get a certification within 3 to 1 year. If you're dedicated, you have the time. Not everybody has the time. But if you want to start earning, that is a totally different ballpark. And it depends on whether or not we can change your thought. If you are fundamentally stuck in a certain thought process, you're not going to make it through these interviews. So we teach you how to go through the interview process, how to think about your skill set, how to actually navigate. But essentially, in a nutshell, I think Andre will understand this. If you're unfamiliar with women, it doesn't matter if you go to Columbia or not, you're still going to be awkward.
True.
So you need to understand, if you're even to go to another country where they really like you, you still need to understand how to talk to women and how to change your thinking and actually be communicative. And it's the same way with the cloud. If you're going to these cloud interviews, you need to know how to do this and how to actually think about and actually present your skill set and actually think about the job. If you don't have this skill set, you won't pass the interview. It doesn't matter how good your skill set is. You need to fundamentally understand how to interview.
True.
And we teach this in the class. And I've had very good students who get certified can't pass interview process. I've had a student, again, my first student who hit $300,000 a year, he got the most basic AWS cert. Simple. It was a very simple one. And I taught him how to maximize that basic cert and his basic skill set with his current skill set that he actually had. And he went from 65,000 to 325,000 in 1 month. Right? But that's pretty much, think of it like this. Okay, again, Andre before he got married. Let's think about in the deck back in the day. If we take Andre, right? And if we were able to make him fluent in Spanish from day one, see, he already has his skill. He already knows what to do. So with Spanish, you just enhance him, right?
Right.
That's all it is. It'd make him like he'd be like El Guapo Champion.
Right.
Capitan, right?
Good point. That's a good analogy.
Like an invincible in Colombia, right? But again, you have the skill set already. So you take a small part and you're able to maximize it. If you can't maximize it, if you're clumsy with what we teach you, doesn't matter. It's over. You're not going to get the job. And I'm being factual with you. I'm not playing around. I'm not like that other person who says 3 months, get a certification, you get a job. I'm telling you right now, if you don't put in the work and understand how to present yourself, you will fail. So you need to put the work in. The thing is, guys, I have staff. I got other people, volunteers, who are willing to help you get that job and do the necessary changes. So if you put in the work, we'll reflect that back into you.
Correct. Absolutely correct. I can verify that. Validate that.
So Todd had a question. It says,
let's go with Todd's question. Okay. Shout out to Todd. I didn't know that were you, Todd. Shout out to you, brother. Glad you're here. My boy.
Okay, so next class. The next class will be GCP, and that's my next infrastructure course. Just going to break it down. So my cloud infrastructure course is going to be March 2026, and that'll actually teach how to do Terraform infrastructure with GCP. My next AWS infrastructure course doesn't happen until September 2027. So the current AWS course is going to be 2 years long. It's going very long because it integrates AI foundational models into it. So it's going to take longer. Okay. If I am offering another course, however, and that's going to be with identity management, and that's going to be with Azure Active Directory or Intra, and it's going to show how to actually do identity management, not only for enterprise companies, but like data centers, multi-cloud, multiple applications. It's a specific skill set, and what I'm trying to do is actually corner a specific market, which is very stable and also remote. So for example, hospitals, medical, they all need these kinds of engineers. So if you're able to get in there, you probably get $120,000, $125,000 a year beginning pay. But the thing is, you can work remote for the next 5-10 years. Easy. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to really hammer on that market right now.
All right.
Okay, so we have a growth trajectory, right? All of these jobs have an amazing growth trajectory. They're not going to stop at all. They're always going to be growing. The big point is, I want you guys to understand this, guys who are listening. You're going to have to do some studies. You're not going to just get a job and stop studying. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to study.
Repeat that, Theo.
You cannot just study for a certain point, get a job, and stop studying. That's not going to work.
Correct.
You're going to have to study even more when you get on the job. The thing is that you got support, you got people behind you. You're going to be able to keep that job. You will be able to keep it. You will keep on growing. But you have to put in additional work. You're not, I just want you to understand, if you think you're going to just get a few certifications, get a job, get $130,000 a year, and then go to Brazil, go to Rio, and just run through some chicks, let me tell you right now, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to go to Rio, yes, and you're going to get fired while you're in Rio. And then you're going to have to do the air flight of shame back to the United States where you're unemployed and you have to send your computer back to the company because you weren't doing your job. You were thinking about doing something else. And now you got no job, you got no money. And I've had students do this before. I've had this little conversation with them while particularly in Rio in particular is the city. And I tell them, I say, I told you not to go to Rio. I told you not to go abroad. You're not ready. You weren't putting your time into your career. Your career wasn't number one. And you were talking to me about all the nasty that you were doing in Rio. And now, look what you got. Look at your situation. What are you thinking? So if you want to be a passport bro, you have to have a remote job. Straight out. For the most part, unless you want to go back and forth, and that sucks.
True.
So, focus on your job first, and then focus on the woman and family. Right?
All right.
Okay. I'm looking at Ninja Person. I'm like, yeah, I got a good comment there. Yeah. No, we have this problem. I talk to him about it all the time. I was like, stop it. Anyway, next part, security premium. If you're doing security with cloud, with AI, and you understand how that's really grooving, you can expect 20 to 40% more. The thing is, you are job proof. There's AI job, security and AI, and oh my goodness, the amount of jobs that are going to be there, I cannot describe it. They're just starting it. They don't even know what they're doing. You have to, the current idea with security is how to secure static environments. It's a little dynamic, but it's static. The future security is how to secure thinking environments. The environment actually thinks. It's aware. So how do you secure that? Not only for it to not think in a certain way, but if another thinking environment interacts with your thinking environment, how do you make sure there's no pollution of your databases? Because you don't want your thinking environment to be corrupted by another thinking environment. And the future hacking is going to be by outside states trying to knock out your thinking environment such that you just have data, but your data can't do anything. It's inert. That's how the real hacking is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. So how do you protect your environment from that? That's how security is going to evolve. You guys, if you guys know how to do it, you're there, you know how to do the complete solution. Yeah. It's not that you're going to have a mortgage in Cartagena. You're going to buy the house in Cartagena. You won't need to think about any bank loan. You'd be like, yeah, let's just do one swipe of the card and I got the house. Right? Well, it won't necessarily be that. You actually have to do a bank transfer. You got to get lawyers involved, the bankers involved, right? Because it'll still be some money. But I'm just saying, you're going to be able to buy that house. You'll never have to pay rent again. You want your pension paid for? No problem. You got it. You'll be doing this for a while. You work in Cartagena, or you're working in Medellin, you're working in Cali, Colombia. You're fine. You're set. You can have that money. Yep. So again, you guys, I'm just telling you, this is going to be one of the best times ever to be studying, to be preparing, and the security, the dynamic. If we're talking about pipelines, machine learning, ML ops, machine learning pipelines are going to be out of this world coming. What we're doing now with DevOps is very small compared to the pipeline of the future that's about to come out in the next 5 years. You're going to have to be looking at dynamic code. You're going to have to looking at dynamic updates to agentic AI, to RAG systems. This is going to be entirely different. I'm serious. So you guys, I'm just saying it's going to happen. And I'm going to say, yeah, if anyone doubts this information, go look up Trump and his tech force. He just spoke about it on Monday. Companies have to pay out then no to justify AI actually working and profitable. The thing is, this is what I'm focusing in the class. How do you get AI to be functioning and actually valuable to the company? And if you again, some of the guys who are watching are in the AI course. Right now, we're going through the fundamentals. Or now we're actually seeing how do you use AI in a day-to-day function such that you can actually leverage the current infrastructure. If you do that correctly, and then you're able to develop a little bit more, and then you're able to do specialized learning, and what's called specialized deep reinforcement learning. That's going to be the real big term. Specialized deep reinforcement learning. If you're able to do that correctly and then get some security in there, yeah, your children will be able to go to Ivy League universities in the future. they will have a Bentley or Audi when they go to school, right? You'll be talking to them like, yeah, back in the day I had to go to a date on my bike. It's like, what? I've got a Bentley. You can be like, son, I want you to tear through those women, do what I couldn't do when I was your age. Okay, here's the keys to the car. Go for it. So, I want to say, you guys, this is gonna be amazing. There's somebody just asked a question real quick. Will AI enhance or totally replace SQL Server DBA administrator environments? This is what I say to you. If you don't know how to use AI properly, AI will replace SQL Server DBA administrators. Okay? That's how you need to think of it. Will it remove the administrators? So you have to think, how do I become an AI-enhanced database administrator? And then how do I work with database analytics within AI? That's your evolution. See the differences here? You have to think not from a fear point of view, but from an expansion and growth point of view.
True.
If you're thinking fear, you're gone. AI will replace you. Just want to make sure you understand. But it's not that AI will replace you. It's that another AI-enhanced engineer will take your job. Okay? It's going to be one of my students. Going to come in, boom, got your job. All right? All right. What's your opinion on data engineers? Data engineers are going to be great, but you have to become AI data engineers. That's your evolution. You have to go to AI. If you notice that for AWS, their data analytics certification was removed, and then the AI certification came in. And now, if you pass the Gen AI certification, then you can that counts as a renewal for data engineering, right? No duh. That makes total sense. Before, data engineering was kind of cute. Now it actually makes sense. For Gen AI, it's a wonderful. It actually has a proper application. So you're going to be going into AI, how to use databases and data for AI. That's your career progression. Okay. And got one more. It says, salute Dre and Theo. When does your program start up next year? Theo, so let me know the requirements. I won't be snarky on Andre's platform. I'll respect him. I usually answer with snark. Again, for cloud, I'm teaching my next cloud course I'm teaching is GCP in March 2026. I'm accepting students then. And then for AWS infrastructure, it's not until September 2027 at the Cali, Colombia Black Manosphere Conclave. That's when I'll accept my AWS infrastructure. I'm not accepting any new AI students until 2027. And you have to have certain certifications and actually have some sort of job first in order to get into my AI course. So do not think that you're going to go into an AI class you're not going to go into an AI job as a newbie. Not going to happen. The learning curve is steep. So you're going to have to know cloud. You're going to have to know architecture. You got to know Terraform. You have to know
True.
all that stuff first.
True.
How
True.
to design it. You're gonna have
No,
to
I
do that for a while and
Right.
work, and then after you do that, get a job, and you start, understanding what's going on. Then you can start thinking about AI. Until then, no, man, you're stuck with Terraform like the rest of us.
Here's another question from Todd. We've addressed this
Okay.
one in the past, so this is important for those that don't know.
Mhm.
For older men, is it too late to learn?
Okay. No, it's not. Okay. According to U.S. law, you cannot be discriminated against for ageism. If that does happen to you, please go contact a lawyer. You've got a payday coming to you. If you can, especially if you can prove it, you're going to make a lot of money. So what I have found is that the older engineers are better because we can actually think. The students I see using AI correctly actually know process A, B, C, D. The younger students don't know. What they want is, I want what I want, and I'm not going to explain what I want. Well, AI doesn't work that way. This doesn't. So if you know how to structure your argument and your ideas, you're usually older, you're going to do just fine with this. You're going to be just great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking that as well in the past, Todd. Just to let you know, I was one of those people that thought, okay, is there a age cutoff in regards to, because like Theo often mentions to us, guys, he mentions to us that there's a blue ocean of opportunity and there's a red ocean of opportunity. Most of us come from or still are a part of the red oceans of opportunity. What did he mean by that? Means just like with sharks make the ocean what? Red, from competing with each other, from your resume versus my resume, your experience versus my experience. That's the red ocean, full of sharks, full of fish attacking each other, right? Trying to get that small swarm. Then you've got the blue ocean. This is what Theo's trying to get us into. The blue ocean, where there's very little competition, but you are in high demand. So they don't have time to worry about, oh my God, he is of this particular age, of that particular age. For all you older guys, if you have the ability to do the projects that's needed, explain clearly what needs to be done on the interview, as well as have the problem solving skills that the career it needs you to have, as well as the certifications that are involved, and have the mindset that this is a continual learning process. I've interviewed enough and met enough of Theo's graduates in real life here in Columbia, and these guys who have been doing that have been hired years ago of Theo's graduates are still to this day working on certifications. So don't ever think that you'll get to a point in the blue ocean where I can kick back, like he said, I can kick back in Rio and be with all the women, and I don't have to study as in depth as I do now. The only difference is that you'll be accustomed to the field when it comes to getting new certifications, and you're hired already, compared to us being newbies. But when it comes to age discrimination, you're going to see that in the blue ocean, they don't think like those that are hiring people from the red ocean.
Entirely correct. They can't afford it because they know you go someplace else.
True.
I mean, just think about you before you got married. You're 6'3" black man in Columbia. If a woman said no, like on the dance floor, you'd be like, I can go get somebody else. Like, really, right now. Like, why do you even care? Right? You got options. You always have options.
Dre Day has a question for you.
Yes, greetings, Trey and Theo. I'm 51 years old and taking ILON courses for a cybersecurity technology degree. What are my pros and cons? I don't know what your pros are, to be honest. Maybe you're reading something. It's really hard to tell. Most of those online courses are just money traps. You're not really engaging with anybody. You're not actually getting your skill set up. It's more of something you kind of feel good. Most Udemys can actually beat those programs.
True.
So if you're not engaged with other people when you're learning, then you're not going to know how to interview. And ultimately, you're just going to get a certification like this and then not know how to go get a job. And then what you're probably going to do is become frustrated and say, if you don't have experience, if you don't have a network, and if you're not white, then you can't get a job. And that'll be the end of it. You'll stop right there. My program doesn't do that. Not at all. I tell you guys what you need to do. We actually, like I kind of say, toughen you up, and it gets you ready for the market correctly.
This is a good question. I mean, good statement. A ninja made. He said, 53-year-old gentleman graduated from class. He said, and is currently in Rio working remotely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's doing good. And for 95% of the guys that come through the program, their biggest enemy is their own mind. Correct.
That I have found to be true more than anything else. Of course, to buy Udemy. Oh wow. Of course, to buy Udemy.
Oh, I hope the quality doesn't decrease. Oh no, because Coursera's not good. Oh, this is bad
Not
news.
compared to Udemy. That's true.
We're gonna have to make my own Udemy's, man, and keep it in the class. That's our only option. But if the quality,
would be great to have your own, yeah.
Yeah. So this is like kind of the beginning of that. To be honest, this is kind of what we're talking about. But again, own certifications, our own Udemy, our own testing program. I'm already developing this stuff now. So just a question of time. Oh my goodness, I'm sad about that. I would rather Udemy buy Coursera. I'm like, okay, much better.
That would have been good. That would have been good the other way around. That really would have.
No. It's like Hostess buying Whole Foods. Like, oh, great. Now my asparagus has sugar in it. I don't need it like that. There you go. Yeah, I literally got all three of Theo's courses on Udemy. Like, we're going to have, like, again, the blackmanosphere.com. I'm actually making courses for there. I already have a few there already. But that's going to really expand. And we're going to have a testing platform on there. So just wait. It's going to happen. I'm going to do this no matter what.
All right. Let's go back to the slides.
Yep. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is what AI Platform Architect Role Deep Dive. So what we're going to do here is the inference gateway and model routing. Basically what we're talking about is this. It's kind of like your ASG. Your data is coming in. How is it interacting with AI? Which models is it going to? So there's many variations of kind of models that you have. Which is the best model to use for the current application, the current environment. And then it's actually have to route the traffic properly to the correct model. So for example, if you're using Bedrock, for example, there's many different foundational models within there. You actually have to have the proper routing to those foundational models. And you have to know why you're doing that. That's money, okay? Observability and evaluation systems, right? So right there, we're talking about how to actually monitor and understand the performance of your AI models and how they're actually giving support, actually delivering for your customers. Huge. Next one, cost controls and resource optimization. What you want to do there is make sure that you're not overbuilt, because if your infrastructure is overbuilt, that means you're overpaying. That means your return on investment is lower. You don't want that. So basically, we want to have those controls properly in there and reduce your cost. Deployment patterns and stability. What we're talking about there is actually creating your proper pipelines, enhancing them so that you can deploy AI enhanced architecture, AI enhanced code. You can properly deploy it for different regions in your data centers, wherever it can be. This is what the AI platform architect is going to do. It's going to be a big thing. Some of the guys are going to get involved in this. This is kind of stuff that I was doing up until October. This is going to be a great career opportunity.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead. Go next slide.
Okay.
Okay. So next one, production machine learning systems. Design, implement robust ML serving infrastructure. So this is with machine learning. This is really thinking not only decisions, but you're actually looking at behavior. You're looking at behavior of your systems, of your applications, and trying to infer what behavior is from there. That's going to be a big thing. All right, it's already happening now. That's going to be really big coming up. So you got to scale it, you got to monitor it, and you got to be able to implement it. Again, multi-cloud. You got to do your own LLM. You already have your foundational models. You have different kinds of models. DeepSeek versus ChatGPT. Which one do you use and why? You got to be able to implement that machine learning systems. You got to integrate it within those environments. Again, you better believe it's a brand new field. It's gonna be a lot of money, huge. Go ahead. Go to the next one.
All right.
Again, so future AI roles, right? So these are what's coming down the pipeline. So if you're in my AI course right now, you got to know this is where I'm aiming you guys. If you're in class 7 and we're going to have bedrock and foundational models, I'm aiming some of you to be able to do something like this in the future. You're going to have to keep on studying though, but at least you get your foot in the door. That's what I'm trying to get in. The guys who are taking the AI course right now, they're going to be in the driver's seat with these kind of jobs. They're going to be in high demand. So again, we got this next first one, agentic systems architect.
Right.
Huge. $250,000 to $650,000. Wouldn't that be nice to have $650,000 a year? Wouldn't it be? You're just kind of sitting there in your studio. Hey, Andrea, okay, drinking. I just made even more money. Like that apartment over there. Let's not buy the apartment. Just buy the building. Yeah, we can get that. Right. So it's going to go up to $900,000 a year by 2030 to 2035. Got multi-agent orchestrations, tool ecosystem. Huge, huge. And the fundamental thing is you got to understand how to do agentic AI. Again, things like this. You can go ahead and focus on me real quick. All right. This is stuff we're doing in class. Stuff like this. Again, agentic AI Bible. This is how we're preparing for things like this. Again, let's look at some of these other books that we got here. Oh boy. Again, agentic RAG right here. AI agent playbook for deployments. All right. This is the kind of stuff we're going to be doing. The AI agent blueprint. Things like this. See, I'm telling you should see how many books I got over here on this stuff. I'm going to read until I'm 90. I'm never going to see the sunlight. I'm going to turn white. Oh my God. Okay, anyway, building applications with AI agents. Okay. Oh, thank you, Ninja Person, for suggesting this book. I got it. Thank you, Ninja Person. Thank you very much. I gotta say thank you to my admins, or they'll mute me on me. I have to worry. Okay, so again, in class, I was going to say class 7, Amazon. Amazon Bedrock Agents in Practice. This kind of book is going to be a part of the class. So you're going to be learning about the agents. That's right. Foundational models in Bedrock and agentic AI. You're going to be learning about this, Dre. So you're going to be qualified for some of these jobs in the future. Yeah. I'm telling you, you're going to be sitting back. You'll be like, yeah, Andre and Andrea love crossing borders. So that was the dark agents. I'm making so much money now, I don't even know what to do.
I tell people we're doing it for 10 years. We're on year 7, and after probably like a year after we get done, because this is a 2-year course. So by the time we get done, we'll be on our last year of YouTube content. We'll be on Patreon, but on YouTube we will be done. But guys have statements. But until then, let's finish off with the book.
Look at this. Small language models for AI agents.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, this is where you want to go, right here. This kind of stuff. This is specialized language models. This is where there's going to be money. And not only that, you're doing multiple small language models, and then you're doing multi-agentic AI. This is where you're going to make it. And again, we'll do another one. Oh, this one. introduction to small language models and compact AI. This is the kind of stuff we're doing. So I want to say, the reason why I'm showing these books, I'm not about talking about this. I'm about it. I don't have the PDFs. I actually have the books in my house. I'm actually going through and looking at them and making sure I can actually design this properly. And then another one, again, this is for you. This is what we're doing. Gen AI, Amazon with Bedrock. You're going to be learning about this. So, Andre, this kind of stuff is going to be there foundationally for you. You're going to be studying this. You're going to be a part of it. Again, the guys in class 7. Again, last one before you go back. Got this agentic design patterns. These are the kind of things. Small language models, developing that, doing MCP, making your own servers, using long chain to make the agents correctly. Actually having the architecture and the design patterns. This is where the future is going. So you guys are the drivers. If you're in the right seat and the arc is going with you, you're going to go to the future. Again, these future jobs are coming. You just got to start working for it now. Okay, you got super chats. You got some super chats, right?
Yes, sir. Let me scroll up. My man Will, once again, shout out to Will for supporting the channel in more ways than one. He says, Theo, do you have a site set up with Q&A for us mere mortals? He said, which also includes how to start. Also, is your learning structure set up like a syllabus?
What I say is, the way I teach is to get you to go to work, and I do have a specific methodology that I do follow inside the class. So if you're in the class really multiple times, I teach the same methodology every time. So there is a way of doing this. I don't have a site. I don't need a site. People just go into the class. I tell them what they need to be doing. I have a structure inside the class, and then whoop, there it is. Some of you guys get jobs. Some of you guys are wondering what's going on. So it works. All right. Right. These guys are in FANG companies, are making $500,000 a year. Yep, exactly. We want you guys to be making $500,000 a year. Okay? I don't understand why black men aren't doing that. I want you guys in the driver's seat. I want you making the money.
There we go. And shout out to Uriah, who's gifted 5 individuals to be members of Love Crossing Borders. Shout out to you, brother.
Uriah is Santa today. Santa Claus is black.
I know, right? Uriah can definitely pull off the black Santa Claus with a beard and all. Shout out to that brother.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Santa's black. He works all the time, doesn't have vacation. Right?
Yeah.
People don't appreciate him.
Yeah.
Black.
Yes, sir. Let me know when you're ready to go to the next one. Or do you want to stay on this one for a little while?
Let's go ahead and this one. So this is the next one. S2LM portfolio owner. Now, S2LM is a term that I made in my class, and that is small specialized language model. And the small specialized language model go right in line with this kind of stuff. So again, small language models for AI agents and this kind of stuff that we have right here. The whole thing is, how do you design these small specialized language models in order to enhance your architecture? And this is, again, this book right here, like Gen AI Design Patterns, this addresses these kinds of questions about how to make it really work. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. When you guys can do it, again, in the class. But you have to know how to design AI properly, your S2LM to properly function. And it does take a little bit of time. So, again, huge money. Let's go back to the salary on that one. It's quite a lot. I hate when my other monitor just disappears sometimes. There it is. Okay, there it is. I'm following along while you're doing this on my other monitor. So there it is. We're talking about $250,000 beginning pay. Going to $600,000 a year, somewhere around there. By 2030, 2035, 320 to 850. Okay, that is going to be a wild job And if you can do the agents with that, like actually do the software, man, it's not that we're going to eat at your house. Man, you can buy a house for us. You're going to make a lot of money. This is going to be like a really great career. You're going to be able to do some really wild work on there. Let's go ahead and look at this. It says, hey, Dre and Theo, I recently finished a Gen AI certification through Google over the summer. Should I take another AI certification course than Google? Yeah, I'm not too happy with the current Gen AI certification with Google. I think it's very basic, and it's not really pushing you as hard as you should go. I think I would call it cute. That's it. It's cute. I'm looking at the Gen AI Pro course for AWS. As far as I'm concerned, the certifications need to be a lot more hardcore. They're just too basic. They really need to go harder. And it's not there. The certification programs aren't there. So that's why I decided to make my own, actually, and offer it to the group. But they're just too basic. So it'll get you in the door, but I don't think you're going to be able to really do the job. These books, certifications based upon these books, that'll get you the job. That'll get you going. And then doing labs based upon the books and working with groups, that'll get you in there.
Right.
But just that, a lot of I have Google Gen AI certification too. Okay. I don't care. I don't think it was anything good. I was like, okay, this is cute. That's about all. Right? So let's go ahead and go to the next one. All right. So the next one is going to be the hybrid autonomy architect. Okay, this is going to be really cool. And this is going to be, again, merging your data center with your cloud infrastructure. And it's going to be through like SD-WAN architectures or software-defined architectures. It's going to be with MPLS, with your VPNs. And it's going to be very strict hardware, Cisco-based hardware, in combination with the cloud. This one, you're actually doing basically Kubernetes in the cloud and then ACI in your data center. And then you're going to do your multi-agents as well in both environments. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a sexy job. This is going to be so cool. For students who are studying Cisco, they know their on-prem hardware and they know how to extend it onto the cloud. You're routing into the cloud. This is going to be a super job. So it says there again, $250,000 to $700,000. But then after that, $400,000 to $1 million a year. Easy, $1 million a year. Easy. There'll be no doubt. For really big environments, making $1 million a year on that is not going to be hard. But I just want you guys to understand, you're going to have to do the work. This isn't going to be something that's going to be small. I'm teaching the Cisco course right now. What? You think I have time for, scantily clad Scandinavian babes in my bedroom right now? No, man. I got to work. I got to study to death. So you're going to be, for these kind of jobs, you're going to have to be studying. This is going to be hard. I don't want to make it to you. This is going to be easy. No, you got to really work on this. But the architecture is there. The need is there. The integration is there. And the companies need, the demand is huge. A lot of companies don't even know that they actually need it yet. So right. when they see what they could do, the economies of scale and the harmonization with AI throughout their entire infrastructure, oh yeah, if you can do it, you could buy a new BMW every year. You don't have to lease it. You're just like, I want a new Beamer right now. All right.
There you go. Let's go to some of these questions that
okay.
guys have.
One more. We got more. So
okay.
AI reliability and safety lead. And then basically that's going to be a lot of making sure that your AI doesn't take over. So if you need your AI to shut down and you need it shut down in a certain way. And a lot of times, for example, if your AI got hacked or you had a data engineer who decided to corrupt your system, how do you recover? That's going to be the AI reliability and safety lead. Again, $250,000 here to $500,000 to $300,000, $800,000. We're doing multiple agents, multiple environments. You're going to be getting paid. All right.
All right. We have one question here from Bobby, and Bobby says, shout out to Bobby in the building. Bobby says, so what's a good starting point if you don't have any tech background?
And you start where you are. Again, the journey of 1,000 steps starts with one. Again, Bobby.
So if it were you, for example, we're back in 1994, 93, and this is the beginning of, and I know where your mind is going right now. Well, tech was this back then, but if you were starting today, what would you study first? Give me three.
If we're 93, 94?
It was 93, 94. And I know you being sarcastic. The sarcasm was coming.
I just thinking like, I would go tell Gina that I love her and she should marry me.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie.
I'd probably fight for her. I would tell her to shut up when she says that she didn't want to date me. I'd be like, Gina, you're never gonna get married. You're gonna never have children. Marry me. I'm here. I want you. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay, let's fast forward to you being a newbie in 2026. Where would you start? Give me 3 suggestions.
You got it. You got to start with cloud. That's it. So you're going to do cloud. You need to do the infrastructure. You need to do Terraform, and then maybe identity management. That'll be the next part in there, just to get a secure job.
So which one? So could repeat those 3 again. You said cloud, like AWS,
cloud, Terraform. That's it. Start with those 2.
Because, and just to let you know, Bobby, that's where Theo has us in the beginning, and even right now for the most part, that use the infrastructure, the basics, the nuts and bolts, the skeleton is AWS. But then once you get AWS down packed, now he has had us for a few months in Terraform. So you start to realize, wait a minute, I could do everything that I in AWS in the kitchen of Terraform. It's like you're studying at the school, and now you're a chef, and you're studying the same recipes, that you learned in culinary school. You're taking the same recipes, but now you're in a new kitchen. And so now you're learning the new tools or your utensils in that kitchen, as even though you got your certification in the culinary school, now you are applying these in the same recipes, but now it's a lot easier because you have a staff with you. In other words, Terraform does a lot of things that you can move a lot more smoother than just doing it with the nuts and bolts of AWS. Did I describe that correctly?
You described it correctly, and that's where you have to start. So if you don't understand your infrastructure, this isn't going to work. And
True.
This, again, the people who are talking about where do you start, well, you're not going to start with AI because you don't know the basics. You don't know how to deploy it. So once you do Terraform and then you go into DevOps, which is going to be the next one, it's actually how you do the automated deployment. After that, then you have Bedrock. So Bedrock is AI within AWS, and it has foundational models. And you'd be like, okay, how do I use these foundational models within my environment to enhance it? Once you can start doing that, then you can start thinking about how to become an AI enhanced engineer. You have to be thinking that way because you're applying AI to what? If you don't know what that what is, you can't do it. It's the same thing. Like I've heard people say, I want to go into security. Right. I say, well, starting from where? And they're like, I just want to go into it. I'm like, well, what are you securing? if you don't know what you're securing, how can you do security? You have to know something. You have to start from somewhere. So I started, for example, I did IAM with Active Directory, and I did Cisco network security. That's how I actually got into security. So you have to be thinking about how to get in, like, you have to have a starting place. It's usually, for me, it's infrastructure. You could do coding if you want to as well. That's fine, but you have to start someplace.
Somebody else had Linux. Linux has a statement.
Linux.
For you. He said, and shout out to Linux in the building. Linux says this. He said, I'm an automation QA engineer. What would your next step be for me? He say, I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's. And also he says, also has 10 years of IT project management experience with government agencies and military.
Okay, so Linux King, I'm going to say to you what I say to all of my students. You have to follow your heart. You have to know what's inside and where you want to go.
True.
Okay? So when I'm working, I don't mind saying this. I've been in therapy 3 times, and now this is my 4th time. This is actually like my 2nd time regarding parentification.
Right.
And I have to work with, I'm doing narrative therapy. When I do narrative therapy, my therapist can't tell me where I'm going. I have to choose that because I have to know what my internal narrative is or where I align internally. That'll determine where I'm going. If I don't, I can't identify that, then no matter what my therapist says or anybody else says, most likely I'll be misaligned or malaligned, just the way it is. So you have to decide where you want to go. You have to decide what you want to do. I can't think for you that way. You have to determine where your end point is. If you do that, great. You're going to be able to go in the right direction, and then we can help align you. But if you don't do that, I can't align you because I don't know where you're going.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. And I think the mistake that a lot of us make when we're first getting into tech, we kind of like, since we don't know much about it, and I'm not taking anything from Linux. I'm just talking about us novices, us mere mortals. We have a tendency of thinking that it's either or, and we don't realize that it's and opportunities. Like you have that opportunity, and is that opportunity, and is that opportunity, and is that opportunity. So it's up to you to decide after certifications and graduations and interviews which direction that you're going to take. Even though you might see more money in this particular field, it may be more productive for you as far as career wise to go in that particular field of tech. So even though many of us may end up with the same type of certifications, and correct me if I'm wrong, Theo, that doesn't mean that most of us are going to be going to apply for the same jobs or the same positions, because your desire to be successful in one area may be different from another person's desire to be successful, and they may not even consider the area that you're going in, that you may be considered to going into. Could you do me a favor, Theo, to kind of piggyback off of what I just mentioned? Could you shout out to Chewy being in the building? Shout out to Chewy. To piggyback off of what I've said, because I've seen you do this in class before. Can you give me, a guy, for example, myself? I've got the certifications. I got the architect. I'm great with Terraform. I got the dev ops. I've got my there's another one that I'm trying to think of. The one that International Passport teaches.
Python.
I've got my Python, and so I'm ready. Excuse me, gentlemen. So I'm ready. So I think. Could you give me at least 3 to 5 examples of careers that I might consider going into? A lot of guys don't realize this part. When you get to that part, okay, you think you've gotten everything. Now you've got to make the decision on which direction you want to go.
Yeah, so you're probably going to go to cloud admin or cloud solutions architect.
Mhm.
Then you're going to do DevOps, without a doubt. You can do DevOps. You can be SRE. You have to do a little bit of additional work on there, but SRE. You should be able to go into Kubernetes administration. I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to do that. So Kubernetes administration is definitely going to be able to be one. And then it depends on if you do identity. You might be able to do identity, but if you don't, there's various forms of cloud administrator. So you can just choose any one of those or go for any one of those.
Right.
You'll be just fine.
Right. And I'm glad that Theo mentioned that, because I want you guys to know that just because like I said, there are 1 or 2 or 3 common certifications that we know about, 4 or 5 common certifications, that doesn't mean that we're all running to the same job opportunities and same job interviews. And
Right.
we have the other thing that we have to get comfortable with is that we're in a blue ocean. And I
Right.
think that's the other problem that guys are having, Theo, is that we're not used to having so many options. We're used to applying for maybe this career or maybe that career, maybe a third one, but we're not used to actually being in an ocean of opportunities. And so we're looking like, okay, so where do I go? What do I do? I've got all these certs. I got all this skill. I did my projects. I've worked with you and the guys as a team. You help me out when it comes to interviews. But I do not know, because there's so many options for me compared in the red ocean. There's so much competition of individuals for the same jobs. So we're so used to competing for jobs that we don't know what it's like to be in a red ocean and not have to have major competition around us. And now we have to pick and choose where we want to go.
It's what I always think is it's kind of similar to a guy simping for a single mother in Detroit versus going to Cali, Columbia and having a plethora of options with women who are more beautiful than he's ever seen before in his entire life. You have to change your mentality. And this is when we're talking about the interview process, this is where we really focus on you changing your mentality. You have got to understand where you want to go and what you're doing, but you also have to understand the market. If you don't understand these points fundamentally, and if you are lukewarm and you're just kind of sitting back, those jobs will not land for you because you won't know what you're doing. You're not directed. You have to have some sort of conviction about where you want to go. If you have the conviction, you'll be just fine. But if you don't, this is not going to work for you. So I always tell the students, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Figure it out. Now, there's a book called Cloud Without Compromise. Can put it, I don't know. Ninja person, can you write that in the chat if you're there? I know you're there. But there's a book called Cloud Without Compromise. And that book will give you an overview of the cloud and a lot of jobs and a lot of ideas of what's included in the cloud. When you read that book, maybe you'll have some sort of idea what you want to do. But until you get that fire inside of you, unfortunately, you're just going to be a student. And I have guys who are like this. They're just students, they're kind of like meandering. And I'm like, I know you're going to make it one day. I'm going to keep on teaching you, but you have to understand fundamentally who you are relative to the market and where you want to go. All right. So we'll see how that works.
All right. Let's go back to the slides. Let's go to the next one.
Yep. Okay.
Right here. We look at the top part first.
So we're talking, oh my goodness. So the amount of options here, this is, this, woo boy, there's so many options. So again, multi-agent orchestration. Again, that's going to be like have multiple S2LMs. We have multiple applications for specialized language models. They're going to be doing specific work for specific purposes. They have to have specific deployment. They have to be orchestrated. So you have to understand how they work together, how they make harmony and music together, and how you do deployment, how you do the data analysis, all that kind of stuff. The amount of importance of this in the future cannot be underestimated. It's going to be a huge, huge career. So again, these 4 jobs you saw there, these jobs are going to be, that's going to be a part of these 4 jobs. Next one, tool ecosystems and APIs. That's going to be actually understanding the tools your tools are going to be distributed. Your tools are going to have agents in them as well. But it's actually how you do the deployment of tools and actually implement them as a value add to your company. And more importantly, how they're integrated into your app APIs. Your APIs are basically applications. They're going to be interacting with customers, and that's where you're going to get your cash flow. That's going to be a really big thing. And then multi-agent orchestration is right along with that point. Next one, memory layers and state management. Huge. You have to be able to make sure you don't overutilize your memory, because if you do, your AI will fail. So you have to make sure there's enough physical memory available so your AI can work. And then the state, what actual actions have happened, like having Terraform, right? When you deploy Terraform, it has to know what your code you've deployed and then how it's actually working on AWS or GCP. So it has to know what the cloud is and then what you're doing. It has a state file for that, right? Well, AI has to know like how it's actually interacting with you or with a customer or its environment. And if you use ChatGPT right now, that's a big thing. So it has like a database on you in your chat, and it knows how to interact with you. That's a state file. If you don't have that management correctly, you can't have the proper experience with using AI. You don't have the value add. You can't use chain of thought. So that's going to be a big thing. That's going to be money. Next one, safety constraints and governance. Again, you don't want Skynet. But the other thing, you don't want somebody corrupting your AI system, right? So you don't want somebody coming in and saying like, hey, look, all your traffic, go to this other site. Or give me your personal information or let me understand how your interactions are with your customers. I'm going to steal all information, steal your customers. That is going to be a big job. Again, security, big moolah. Next one, Kubernetes deployment and SLOs. Kubernetes is where a lot of these deployments are going to happen. So what it really is multi-AI orchestration within Kubernetes deployments. That's going to be huge. I've been working on this for a while. I've been doing it at the office. In GCP, this is going to be the best environment to do it in there. Because I was going to teach this tonight. But deploying that properly, multi-agentic AI within Kubernetes, money, that's it. That's where you want to go. That's going to be your end state. So guys, you guys are listening to this, again, CKA, Certified Kubernetes Administrator. Things like that. That's from Linux Foundation. That's a part of the class that I teach. That's where you want to be going. You want to become a Kubsternaut. You want to be able to understand Kubernetes really well. You do it, you got to have the foundation. You're going in the right direction towards these kinds of jobs.
All right.
All right.
You gonna go to the next one?
You're going to be studying until you're 90.
I know.
So you're studying,
I love it.
you're studying until you're 90 years old, right?
I love it.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah.
Knowledge.
So there's the link. Thank you, William. And Ninja Person, I saw you put the words up there, so thank you very much. So again, that's a link for Cloud Without Compromise. You guys know in the class, we have that for free for you. So you can go get that in the MAGA file and you can go read it. This is where you're going to really learn a lot about the cloud and what you should be doing and where you want to go. You have to fundamentally understand it. So again, let me show it to you how I do things here. This book, the AI Engineering Bible, okay? This book is for me was like Cloud Without Compromise for the cloud. And so I went through this book and I was like, I understand the basic roadmap and where I'm going with AI. Okay, cool. I know what's going on. And then again, this one, same kind of idea, the Agentic AI Bible. I was like, oh, I understand where I'm going. And this, to tell you the truth, what it does is just give structure to all these different data points. So I'm like, okay, now I understand it. I understand where I'm going. So now I can choose a specialty area and how I want the specialty to work and what kind of skills that I actually need. I needed to understand that for myself first. So what I say to you guys is you need to do the fundamental studies first and try to figure out where you want to go. And then you need to do this one step at a time. Hold on. It says, wait, go back to that next one. It says, oh man, I just came in now. This conversation seems above my tax bracket. Yo, everyone is starting at the same place. So this is what I call it. This kind of comment, this is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Nobody said that you can't do this. There are so few people doing this. Why would you think in this manner? It doesn't make sense.
That right there, Theo, not to cut you off, that one line of that there are so few people doing this. Guys, we have to get to a point where let me put myself solo. We have a tendency as Americans we've been trained to go to battle. You know, whoever makes it to the top of the mountain is the, winner, career wise and other opportunity wise. And that's cool. And we've been raised to see as competition. We compete against each other to get to the top of whatever mountain it is, right? We don't realize that in tech, it's not that much competition to get to the top of the mountain. So we've got a choice. We can continue in the industries in which we're in which there are millions upon millions of people trying to climb to the top of the mountain or trying to race to get to the same elevator that's going to take them to the top. And we know that millions don't fit in an elevator. But what if you had a career opportunity in which there are not that many people walking into the elevator at the same time and you can get in? That's what tech is. Here's the other thing that Theo has been and his team has been telling us from day one. This is it. Y'all ready? This is all they ask us to do. Kid you not. Don't think like you're supposed to know everything in the beginning, and don't quit on yourself. That's it. That's all Theo has ever asked us in each class 1, 2, 3, class 5, 5.5, class 6, 6.5, and class 7. Theo has asked us and his team has asked us to do 2 things. Don't come in and act like you already know everything. And B, do not give up on yourself. If you can accomplish those 2 things, you're going to have more of a success rate than most people that are trying to climb the mountain or most people in the red ocean. I kid you not, guys. That's the key part is don't give. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. But you do understand don't give up. If you don't understand what Terraform is, you don't understand what Kubernetes is, we got you. They understand that you don't know yet. But you do understand the concept of not giving up. And that's all they asked us to do. And because many guys have not, I love the story with the truck driver, Theo. The brother said that, he said, listen, I was in the middle of going through a bad breakup. I was studying Theo's classes. I'm on the road for almost 14 hours a day while I'm studying Theo's classes. What happens? He graduates, Theo team help him through the process of interviews. And now the brother is making 6 figures and not behind the truck anymore. And if I'm not mistaken, the brother works for Expedia.
Oh, him? Yeah.
He got a job with Expedia.
Him. Yeah.
But he was saying when after he got his job and Theo brought him in the class, he was saying like, listen, guys, I'm like you guys, a regular truck driver. You got guys like Law Law was just a brother that he said, man, dude, I'm a construction carpenter.
Right.
I'm like, literally, I know nothing about computers at all. I'm just a carpenter, dude, like Jesus. And now look at where Law is now. Law is making really good money. And he's one of the encouragers and the and guides that we use in class now.
Mm.
All this stemmed from, guys, don't give up on yourself. Even though you don't get it immediately, even though you're still scratching your head, the key thing that the whole team has been harping on us and keep putting in us is, if you don't give up on yourself, that means that you're still here and you still have the opportunity to learn and advance. But the moment that you give up on yourself, you are not, that means that you're not coming to class anymore. That means that you're not going to acquire the certifications like you should. And if you do get the cert, you don't have the networking skills, meaning that when you network and work with a team of guys like we're doing in our groups, it gets you in the habit of working with a team on the job. But if you're doing everything solo, you won't be in the habit of working with a team in this. And then Theo also teaches from the perspective of how to succeed in interviews over and over and over again, with the interview successes, as well as what to do when you go through interview failures. All this happens if you just do one thing, and that's it. Don't give up. So all you guys that think that you're going to come in and you're like, hey, I'm going to get it week one, and I've watched the YouTube videos and they say I can get my certification in 3 weeks, and I done told my woman I'm going to get a job 3 weeks after that. That's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is, if you don't give up, you got a whole team of guys that'll be there for you as you cross the finish line of your first contract job, because you didn't give up.
And there'll be a celebration. Yeah. You see in the group, every time somebody gets a job, we celebrate.
We do.
Yeah, we celebrate as one group. My favorite students are the students who are like the officer and gentleman. He says, I've got no place else to go. I'm like, oh, I love that student. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Because you're like me. I didn't have any other place to go, so I had to do IT. There was no option. I had to get that job. I had to do it no matter what it required. And again, like part of my story, when I was in Japan, my work visa had expired, and I was an illegal alien at that time, and so I was still interviewing, and immigration knew, and I had to get the job, and I did anything I could to get the job, and I started working in IT after that. I had no place else to go. That was it. But I worked, and I kept on going. And I tell the guys, always tell that to the students. I said, if you're working, if you really want it, if you just put your whole heart into it, you're going to get the job. It's going to happen. But if you have, like what I say, convenient options, where you can just lay on the couch and get some food, and you can survive without doing anything, you're gonna have a hard time because you don't have the motivation. It's gonna be really hard for you to get that job. So I like the guys who have no place else to go. They're like, I'll do anything. The first guy to go to Japan and make $250,000 and speak Japanese, his situation was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I won't even say how bad it was. That guy, I showed him what to do. I showed him the process. This is how you do it. He copied everything I said, hook, line, and sinker. He got the job, and he left the country. That was it. He's done. One of my best students. I talk to him from time to time. He actually talks to me in Japanese. He'll write his messages to me in kanji. I'm like, wow, you actually did it. So yeah, hold on. What is this? Moses, $10 super chat. 1 yard a day and 1% more every day. I passed Google PCA last week. Did you say it to the class? I don't remember that. All you have to do is study every freaking day, and everything that you want will come to you. That's right. That's what I say. It's not hard. And another one. You have to aim high. Don't aim low.
True.
You got people aiming low. It's like if I go to College Columbia and I was looking for a single mother. Why?
Why, gentlemen? Why?
And I don't have the best body. I'm out of shape. Okay? I would still go for 8, 9s, and 10s if I were in Cali. Why not? What? Why not? Again, we're talking about like diet and gym and everything. Every single day when I don't like how I look, I don't like my body, I remember I have a gym in my house. I can just go downstairs and spend 1 hour. Go do it.
Yep.
And I have to say, for my health and my mental health, I start every day 1. That's what it is. So tomorrow when I wake up, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's day 1. I have got to start from there. And that's hard. And I'm like, I don't care. Start. Go from there. Do something. Battle every day. Get something else done. It's a process. But if you guys follow the process and 1% better every day, you will win. So believe in yourself and go do it.
I like that. Every day is Monday.
Yeah. Well, Moses had been putting in heavy work, night shift studying until this day. Yeah, Moses, I didn't know you got the cert. I'm surprised. Again, I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. I just didn't know you got it. So congratulations. This is amazing. I'm really happy for you.
Congratulations.
This is good. So one guy got a job for $175,000 today, and Moses, I found out he got his cert. And then 2 days ago, another guy got a job for $135,000. And then all these people are talking about job layoffs. I wonder why my group is doing so well. I don't know. I don't know. It's Chewbacca.
The magic of Chewbacca.
Yeah, it's the magic of Chewbacca. Yeah, Tori. It's a lot of what can I say? I'll just be honest with you guys. It's the removal of parentification. That removal of parentification is one of the best things that I've ever had in my life. And after that, studying and my life becomes a lot easier. And then being on sabbatical for a while, and then actually exercising every day, it's great. Because I've been working flipping pancakes at Waffle House. There you go. There you go, Moses. Waffle House. That's right. Waffle House is the formal sponsor of all of us in the class. That's right. Like we don't know how to study Kubernetes and AI without Waffle House. G Turn, you got a question for? Is there a super chat for him?
Let me see.
Let's go.
Let me see, because we've been moving. Let me scroll. Oh, I did miss you, brother. My bad. He says this. He said, listening from, and you sent this earlier too. Listening from Elon's Grunt. He said, is there any study material for AWS Gen AI cert in our class? Oh, in our class material.
Not at this point. Shout out and happy anniversary, Dre. Yeah, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
Right now, no, Turner. It just came out, so I'm not even really looking at the materials on it right now. I'm still focusing on the basic parts about Bedrock and the advanced AI course. When I see the materials come out and I see what's there, sure, but you know what to do. All you have to do is ask your class leader that you want some materials on the Gen AI Pro. That's what it is, the Gen AI Pro course. And I'm sure they'll help you out. They'll give you some evaluation PDFs, and then you can go study them. All right?
All right. Let's go back here. And Will, let's see what Will has to say before we go back to the slides. Will said, every time I'm in the U.S., I tell young black men about Love Crossing Borders channel and Theo's class as a cloud engineer in tech. Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you. Yep. Well,
we appreciate that.
Number one thing I say, if you're studying, you don't get the job, what's the point? So I'm all about you getting the job. I want you to be successful. That's how I determine what success is. So I really want you to be successful there. So yeah, I want all of you guys to get employed. So okay, let's go to the next slide.
Let's grow.
Okay, AI security career landscape. Okay, so first, strength, high demand across all industries. Literally, you have high demand. You have security doctrine and matrices that haven't even been developed yet. It's a total growth area. It's a wild west. You get huge opportunity. Let's just go to diagonal. Opportunities, emerging regulatory frameworks, enterprise digital transformation. Again, autonomous growth, autonomous agents. You have new infrastructure. You have new attack surfaces that have never been thought about before. Before, it was just like, which port do you have? Which API do you have? Now it's, how does that API think? How does that API interact and think with other APIs? Yeah, that's going to be a funky new level that we actually have to get into. Again, I do AI SecOps for that. Again, in GCP, there's a lot of growth opportunities. Next, weakness, high stress and responsibility, constant learning requirements, regulatory complexity, talent scarcity challenges. So it's always moving. There's always something new. If you make it like security framework 1 week, it might totally change the next. I want to say this again. I want you guys to understand this. I've been following this AI game for the last year when I started working in AI myself. The amount of change that happens on a month-to-month basis is absolutely huge. So I'm always having to reorient how I do the class or how I do AI. If you have AI as like infrastructure and you're actually doing agentic AI or you have some sort of LLM within your company or leveraging a foundational model, how that actually works and how you actually deploy it is going to change. Because there's different standards, there's different opportunities, there's different options, and then there's a different attack patterns. That happens all the time. So it's constantly changing how to do security. It's hard. So if you're working in that group, in that area, you're going to be able to make some money. A lot of money. Yeah, good money. All right.
All right.
Go to the next one. And then threats, rapid technology change, regulatory uncertainty. Basically, you have AI developing AI. You have AI developing attack patterns. You have AI doing its own scanning and being able to understand what threats are, identify different threats in different infrastructure. This is wild. This is some crazy stuff. We didn't have this at all before. The amount of growth you have here is just unbelievable. You guys. So you want to get in this. This is where the money is going to be. All right.
Opportunities.
Yeah. You get Zeta is helping train 3 people in the gym. Are you in my gym, Zeta? Are you downstairs? Are you in my facilities? Are you in my gym training people? Just so you guys all know, in 2027, I am going to have a gym in Medellin. Okay? I'm going to bring my gym over there. So it's going to be so it's going to be one of the great things we have in the Passport Bro movement. So just a matter of time.
There we go.
All right. Okay, so go next slide. Okay, so let's go one up. So we got compensation growth projections. You notice that we only have up. We're getting more and more opportunities. All right, this is a growth industry. You're going to have huge amount of opportunity for jobs, right? So again, security roles achieve 2.5 times growth by 2035. They won't have enough engineers. They just don't. Again, I was talking to ChatGPT about this, and ChatGPT was like, all your security isn't done correctly, and then all your security is for static environments. You don't have security for thinking environments. And I was like, damn, you actually know where the holes are. Like, yeah, even AI knows that there's a lot of requirements for security for AI. Guys, see, I'm going to tell you, somebody who has FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, they're going to think, oh, AI identified there's a lot of problems. AI is going to fix it. There's no job opportunity for me. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be unemployed, Mari. That's not going to work. AI can't implement its own solution like that. So it can help you, though, to implement solutions in other environments for AI or for like S2LMs or anything like that, for agentic AI. That's going to be your job. That's where the human being comes in. So AI could be a tool to help identify problems, but the actual implementation and development is going to be you. The amount of money is going to be huge. So don't shoot yourself in the foot and say that you can't do it, because they don't have enough people to actually do it, and they really need more engineers. It's going to be a drought of engineers very soon. So get it going, because you don't know when the government might say that Abdul can come back and get your job. Get that job first, all right? No ill will to Abdul. Abdul's good, but the thing is, Abdul is hungry to get your job, and then you shoot yourself in the foot regarding your job. And I'm like, why? Why? Stop it. Don't do it. Show up first and get that job. All right.
There we go.
So Uriah said Keisha's going to be real mad that we're learning this and leaving the country. Dude, I talked with AI about this. We had a whole conversation, and it said basically the amount of money that modern Western women are going to lose over passport bros learning AI is going to be so great that there's going to be social stagnation for most Western women over the next 20 years. And whereas we will be able to go abroad and actually create new communities and new institutions, and we're going to have families. That's the thing. We're going to have families. We're going to have structure. We're going to have legacy and continuity. A lot of Western women aren't. And as you notice in the class, Keisha, when she knows you have your job, or you're trying to get your job, who gets in the way, number one, of the students? Keisha. I can usually determine who is not going to do well in my class. One of the first things I do is think, is there a Keisha in your life? Oh, there is? And you didn't get your certification? Wonder why. Oh, you dropped out? Wonder why. I wonder if there's a reason. The guys who don't have a Keisha, they're single or they're married abroad, those guys do the best. They just shine. They got the proper support and no one's telling them that they ain't ish.
True.
That's why. All right. Let's go to the next one.
All right.
Hey, Chewbacca. Chewbacca, little doggy. Okay, so let's go to security. This next one. So AI security career progression. Now we have here AI security architect, agentic AI security architect, and then this is going to be principal AI security engineer. Oh, that's going to be a huge job. But I should go for that next.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Hold on. That's one. AI security operations architect. And then the last one will be like a distinguished autonomous systems security architect. And that's developing security solutions for AI, for autonomous AI. All right. That is going to be the super money. Again, well over $1 million a year. That's where you guys need to be aiming. All right. So let's go and we can go to the next slide next. It's fine.
All right.
Again, key success factors for AI careers. Okay, take your notes, guys. Yeah, think about how you become successful. First, continuous learning. You're going to be learning until you're 90.
Yep.
You're never going to stop learning.
Yep.
You're always going to be studying. If you think, nah, this is good enough, this is all I have to do, you're going to go into the red ocean. All right? Don't do that. You're always going to be studying and improving yourself. All my students making over $200,000 a year, they are study hounds.
Yep. So you the ones that, like I mentioned, I often mention this time and time again, guys, that every one of Theo's graduates that are working that have come down here to Cali, Colombia, and they've been here for like 3 months or 2 months or whatever it may be, and we may be going to lunch together. every single one of Theo's graduates that are making the good money, every single one of them are still getting certifications, whether the job is asking them to get that certification or they see career opportunities coming down the turnpike and they decide to get the certifications. But he's 100% correct. This is an amoeba careers. It's like an amoeba. It's always growing. It's always splitting off. It's always evolving. It's not a static type of career. Like, okay, I got the, and that's what many of us are used to. Many of us are used to careers that I know my job. I've been doing it for 30 years, and that's it. And so you're gonna have to get to be in a blue ocean. You're gonna have to get past the fact that, okay, I know what I know. You're going to have to get to the point where you realize that once I start studying in tech, I'm going to be learning till I'm 90. We're sitting back watching Theo buy more books and more books and more books. The more that they continue to, and it's not just so he can teach us, but it's also a part of his off-camera career dynamic. In other words, they're still asking or requiring Theo to learn more and more about what's coming down the turnpike, not just to teach us, but for his career as well. So if our instructor / guru has to continue with his learning dynamic, who are we to think that we will come to the mighty day that we've hit the mountaintop and we will not have a library in the back of our videos, and we've got a library full of books? Let's not assume that that's just coincidental with Theo, but I do know quite a few of Theo's graduates, and they are studying and studying and studying, but yet it's pain. It's paying off for these guys.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I want to go to Medellin, to be honest. I need a bigger house. I got too many books. This house is not cutting it anymore. You can see books are piled all over the place right now. It's in every single room right now. There's books literally everywhere. I must have received 13 or 14 of them today. I'm still getting more. I've got at least another 20 coming in. Tomorrow I'll probably buy another 20. I use eBay for a lot of my books. I get everything in print. I want to make copies and marks and things like this. I probably, when I was buying my eBay books or my AI books over the summer, I was buying around 10 books a week. But I still don't have enough. Like, I'm still buying them like crazy. And again, I see people, one of the things I say, like, okay, what's your book budget? And okay, you don't have a book budget? Okay, so are you using evaluation PDFs? Right. Okay. Did you do that? Right. Oh, you didn't do that. So how much time are you studying reading? What are you doing? Are you having AI help you to read? Because you could do that. You could actually upload a PDF to AI and then get some, like, have read part of it to you, or get some sort of overview of what the key parts are per chapter and how you actually should be focusing your attention while you're reading. So I'm like, okay, so are you using AI to help you there? And if the answer is no, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a hard life for you. Okay, well, I'm not going to get to the next few years, next few decades being employed. Good luck, because you have to work. This isn't easy, right? Yep. So the next part you have to do is industry networking and visibility. I'm kind of okay with this. I need to do this some more myself. One of the things I like about Cali, Colombia myself is that you have your AI conferences there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be able to attend those conferences when I move to Medellin. There's some good conferences here also in Austin. I need to actually start going to them. You need to start talking to people. You need to be ready. You need to go out there and talk to them about what you can do. I got 2 guys in the class who are making over $500,000 a year doing AI. What do they do? They're always at these conferences talking to people. Always having networking. Their networks are by far brilliant and by far better than my networks are. So you guys really need to have that network. I mean, go outside and talk. Try to, Get some business cards. Make sure you develop your own business card. If you have WhatsApp, phone number, good, email, some way for people to contact you. You need to have a public GitHub account, repo, give some idea of what you're doing. But also, again, you need to understand what you want to do with your career. You need to align your studies and your projects with what you want to do, and then go out there and talk with other people who may be interested in your skill set. And people think this is hard. It's not. No. All you have to do is do basic work and show up. That's it. It's like one of my friends said, again, I'm overweight. I don't have a problem saying that. One of my friends is a personal trainer. He makes about $50,000 a year. And he said, all he had to do was have BMI of about 10%, and then show up at a bar in front of a girl and get her. And he didn't have to use any money. And it's like, yeah, because there's few people who have a 10% BMI. So he knows that he knows he's going to beat all the men in the room by just having that, because his body is better. For you guys, same way, just having projects, knowing what you're going to do, studying, read the books, be 1% better every day, and showing up, you're doing so much better than most engineers that people will talk to you because there's nobody else in the room to whom they can talk. You're the SME. You're the only guy who showed up. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and think that AI is going to do it all, or else you're not going to show up. And one of my other students is. And let me tell you, my top students, they're hungry for that job and that opportunity, and that they want to get that job. They want to get that bread. So I always say to you, do it. Work on yourself, improve yourself. You're gonna make it just fine. Don't listen to FUD. Okay? Align yourself with your future. You'll be just fine.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go to the final slide, I believe.
Yep. Market outlook and recommendations. Look at all that growth. Okay? So as AI role demand trends, all right? I just want to say this. That's conservative curve right there. All right? This is, I just want to say, it's going to double. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it increased by 40% per year. Per year. All right? So, get into it, guys. Go study cloud. Go do AI. These jobs are coming. And for my students who are listening here, get this, okay? I'll give you guys a hookup. You see these jobs that we have? These things that are coming down the pipeline? Like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I'm developing a certification program for these jobs. So pretty soon, you're going to have study materials, practice tests, labs for you to do to prepare yourself for these jobs. And there'll be classes for these jobs, for these certifications as well. So you're going to have things that other people don't even have, not even on the market. So for the students who show up, they're going to be eating filet mignon as a snack. All right. $40 filet mignon from like Whole Foods. Oh, this is nothing. I could do it. Or they could just be in Columbia and have a wonderful woman next to them. It's not the same thing. All right. Hey, Chat GPT is trying so hard to figure out how to convince me to get a woman. That's right. It's doing anything it can to convince me this is what you should do. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want her. No, I don't want her. Anyway, let's see what some of the people are saying in the chat. Let's go look at that.
One brother said, what's the website, if you have a website or a way of communicating with you?
I'm thinking, no, you got to go to Facebook. That's it. So basically, it is theblackmanosphere.com. That's where you start, and you can do the communication. If you're a part of like Andre El Guapo's, Zoom to Thailand's Patreon, anything like that, you can definitely get more information there about how to get to me. But guys, you have to remember, I don't have a home page necessarily. I don't need a home page. I never developed it. I'm not out there trying to promote this, really. I'm saying what's available. If you show up, cool. If you don't, all right, I keep on going. That's just, okay. It's the same way with women. If you're doing your thing, the women will show up. If you're pursuing the women, no, because they're in the driver's seat. How do I tell my students to get jobs? Make sure their LinkedIn is tight. They know how to talk about the job. That's pickup game, and they're able to deliver. As long as they do that, the jobs hunt them. The jobs find them. The same way, if you're looking good, right? You're smelling good. You're presented properly. Women go up to you. You don't have to go up to women.
True.
Same idea, same concept. It's just how you guys got to apply it. We always sit back and, you got to do it right. I don't know. Do it. Or I'll unleash Chewbacca on you. All right, let's go to the next one. Theo is like Palpatine in the background running things. To tell you the truth, I play Couture, and I've actually made a certain character in Couture, a specialized character, who looks like a Jedi, but he's actually a Sith, and he can manipulate mass armies and people and groups to do what he wants. And I'm like, oh, so good. This is the character. This is who I am.
There we go.
Hey, you think I'm so cute? No, I'm not. What do you think? Let's say Ninja Person. Students who keep the pace will fly a Wagyu cow over from Japan to Colombia to make Colombian Wagyu hybrid. Look, Ninja Person, if you get a Kobe Wagyu cow over to Japan, oh yeah, over to Colombia, I'm down with that. Yeah, I need some Wagyu. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Do it. Yeah, students who keep the pace will fly a Wagyu cow from Japan to Colombia. I'm working on that. Like, another thing I want for the AI Study Center is I want to have a ramen from Korea sent over. So that's another thing. I kind of talked about that, but I talked about it in class to some degree. But by 2029 in Medellin, I want to establish an AI cloud and DevOps education center. And that'll be for the students. There are certain students who only want to learn on site. They don't want to learn remotely. And so they can come there and actually study with instructors in person and actually have a certain amount of instruction and projects that they have to do, especially with hardware, like with Cisco. So I do want to establish that later on. I think would be really successful there.
All right.
All right. See you next one. As at this point, as long as I'm in tech, I don't care what I do, as long as I'm not talking to people on a regular basis and I can work overseas. I agree with you, Mr. Thriller. If you get that job and you actually have the security and you know that you can get another job, it's not just getting a job, like, then your thought is, am I going to lose it? It's, I got the job and I know that I have options here. If you get that, your life will transform. And then if you go abroad, Andre can back this up. If you go abroad and you spend at least 11 months abroad and you're able to earn that foreign income exclusion.
True.
And you get a paycheck from the federal government, bruh, you can use that paycheck for that tax return to at least put a down payment on a house in Colombia, something like that. You can get, like, who knows how much money. Like, it used to be $30,000. We can buy a condo, have 50% down on a condo or something like that. I'm just saying, you have options. You do it for 2 years straight, you can buy the entire apartment. So
There
you
you
have
go.
options, guys. Yeah. Just let me think. That was magnificent, and let me know I am with the right brothers and on the correct path. Thank you, Andre and Theo. Much respect. Hey, Crypto Dragon Emperor, glad to have you in here. We're here to help you. And I just wanted you to know, I'm helping myself. I'm advancing my career. What I do right now, what I'm doing right now, well, I kind of did it last year, but I didn't do it 2 years ago, that's for sure. And 5 years ago, forget that. There was no way I was doing what I'm doing now 5 years ago. And like 2 or 3 years, like 8 years ago, I wasn't doing what I was doing 5 years ago. So that shows an evolution. I'm always changing. I'm always doing something else. And so what I'm doing is I'm just bringing you guys along for the ride. That's it. And some of you guys are doing really well, and some of you guys are having a challenging time. I want to say, for the guys who dropped out, come back. All right?
Yeah.
There's a place for you. It's okay if you dropped out. Come back. All right? Because, I don't know, man. I know. Those single mothers are going to be happy you dropped out. That's for sure. So,
Preach.
they're looking at some yummy meat there, and the federal government's going to be happy you dropped out because all your tax money goes to them. So thank you for helping make the dollar strong.
Oh, no.
All right. What do you think? Right? I'm looking at getting my security clearance as well. Those government contracts look great. There's going to be a lot of super government contracts coming for AI engineers. Guys, get in position. You're going to be ready. You get one of those government contracts with those AI, and it's going to be like real money. Ooh, boy. And then if you work remotely, ooh, boy, ooh, so good. Because I gave up my top secret clearance of abroad. It was so worth it. Sometimes you can, just ways around that. But hey, look, I think you made Linux King. I think you made the best choice. Says, I'm just glad I listened to you. Saved me over 10K on 18 courses. I only paid 2K on the sales. So you are the go. Oh, thank you. Thank you again. These courses are designed to just take your money. That's it. So I was talking to AI, again, ChatGPT, about the rate that students are actually getting jobs right now, and the rate of certifications and how my pipeline is established. And AI straight out said, and also the price, how much I charge for the classes. AI said that basically I have an unheard of pipeline within the United States with maximum efficiency. And the top level boot camps and universities cannot get a conversion rate on the level that I am. And then I said, a lot of my students are Black men who don't have college degrees, they only have high school degrees. And I have a certain amount of them who are ex-felons. And ChatGPT said, this has never been done in the history of the United States. Straight up. No one has done this. And I don't have any institutional support. It says basically, I have created my own work environment, my own working guild. And all we have to do is keep on going with this, have the same round of return. And there's going to be, like, in Medellin, Nairobi, Pattaya, Cali, Rio, Sao Paulo, we're going to have our own networks established, and our own infrastructure, our own money, our own banks, all that kind of stuff is going to happen. But all you have to do is keep on going to class, keep on working, keep on studying, do your homework, and believe in yourself. That's it. Just don't quit. You can fail all you want. Oh my God, I fail so much. Oh my God, I fail all the time. Big failures too. Like, boom, wow, that was a huge failure. That was spectacular. I fail like that all the time. I just don't stop. That's it. I'm like, okay, start again tomorrow. Just keep it going. Yeah. Well, who else has got something? It says, fellas, please be on the lookout for these contracts for the 2020 Olympics. Ooh, gonna be some big money. Yeah, you're gonna be making some money. FIFA next year gonna be some big money too. I'm a TIQS. I'm a Dusty Cloud engineer just struggling through Python right now. Dude, TIQS. Know what we're going to do in March? We're going to do PowerShell. I'm developing PowerShell class right now. And I had an argument with ChatGPT over this. I was like, I don't want to teach PowerShell. Like, I said, can you, like, I don't know, just direct me someplace I could, like, self-delete? I don't want to do this. And we had a conversation about how much value it would add to the students if I just taught PowerShell. It was one of the missing pieces. I really needed to do PowerShell. And I said, okay, if it's for the students, I'll do it. I'll develop the course. And I developed 3 labs today that I'm going to do before the class starts. I'm going to have at least 45 to 50 labs set up. I got the whole curriculum. I'm working with ChatGPT to develop this new class. It's going to be wonderful. I'm just saying PowerShell is coming. So if the students can effectively use PowerShell, you're going to have job security unlike any other engineer. And it really won't care. People with master's degree can go up against you. It won't matter. You'd be like, hey, look, I can get this to work. I can do this all in PowerShell. So PowerShell is going to happen, Bash scripting is going to happen, and Python scripting is going to happen. All 3.
All right. Well, we still got a little short video left that we can finish off, Theo. That I was watching
like it.
Let's
do it.
watch this. Let me add this to the stage.
A lot of times, a lot of people want to pick a field. They want to do this field, this field, this field. The best thing you can do is stick to one field. Don't deviate from fields. A lot of times when you deviate, you're going to screw everything up and mess everything up and it kind of wastes time, because what's going to happen is when you switch fields, you're going from one field, you're going to be at like a level 10. And then next time you switch, you're going to go down to like a level 0 and you have to start over from scratch. You might as well become an expert at one field. You're going to do well. So those are the 4 advice that I have for the past 4 years that I've had in tech. If you guys need help on how to become a network engineer,
let me go back to look at his 4 tips. See what he has to say. Oh, this was a good one. This is the young lady. Let's go back to the brother too. Okay, let's go here.
If you want to start making money with AI in 2026, listen up. AI isn't replacing everyone. It's
Let me know if there's any point in time you want me to stop. We only got like 10 minutes of this video left anyway.
replacing the people who refuse how to learn how to use it. The opportunity window is still open, but it won't be forever. So here are 10 real ways to get paid with AI right now.
This is entirely true. This is a unique window. I didn't like how this window was working in the last 4 years. I would say from last year until now, we actually have a decent window where we have enough support and enough documents to actually do an implementation. Before then, no, it was largely mathematical. It was really theoretical. It was really hard to do. And that's why so many of the projects failed. But now we have a good model. Guys, you want to be an AI-enabled engineer. Say it again. You want to be an AI-enabled engineer. That's your goal. If you fail this goal, at least over the next 5 years, it's like going into battle with a bayonet. Like, okay, all right. So the guys who actually change, they're going to get jobs. The guys who don't, this isn't going to work. All right.
All right. Let's go back, and then we'll hit the super chat in a second, Neil.
Number 1, voice AI agencies. Businesses hate missed calls. Set up an AI phone agent and charge monthly. Number 2, AI automation services. Replace repetitive tasks with workflows, email sorting, lead follow-up, scheduling. Businesses will pay for efficiency. Number 3, short form content shops. AI tools can help you script, caption, and batch content for businesses that need it every single day. Number 4, AI education and workshops. Everyone needs training. Schools, teams, entrepreneurs, you name it. Number 5, selling digital products, prompts, templates, guides, swipe files. Create once, sell forever. Number 6, fractional AI roles. Companies are hiring part-time AI implementation help instead of full-time employees, and that could be you. Number 7, white label software. Rebrand existing AI tools and sell access under your own brand. Number 8, AI customer support agents. Businesses want 24/7 support but don't want to.
Okay, I'm not. What do you have to say, Theo?
It's all bogus. Everything is saying. That's all bogus. He's not saying the fundamental words that he needs to say, which is extending foundational models into your current infrastructure and actually knowing how to implement it with your applications in order to achieve the efficiency that you're actually talking about. So he's not talking about foundational models. That's where he's really losing it. And I'm like, yo, man. So, okay, Vertex AI, if you're doing Bedrock, if you're doing ChatGPT, how are you doing the extension and why? So, if, for example, you're going into your IDE, if you're doing Visual Studio Code, if it's helping you check your code, improve your efficiency there. See, this is something he could actually talk that's by far more granular. He's not talking about anything else like that. What he's talking about right there is old school. That stuff, that's not real money. You really need to be doing it out of. Yeah, it's goofy crap.
It almost comes across as AI side hustle type of thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Sounds more like side hustle than actually career.
It's not structure. That's the thing. It's just not structure. And I'm like, why are you doing this? What, your own AI like marketed or labeled service? What? No. So Neil Moses, hey, thanks for the 999 super chat. Says Theo really sound like Uncle Phil right now. Financial wisdom and real options if you're paying attention. I'm trying. I'm maybe Uncle Ruckus. I'm trying because I'm trying to move our group forward, right? I really believe in what we can do. It just we just need to get there. That's all. All right, let's keep on going with this guy.
Hire more staff. You can provide that solution. Number 9, AI-powered apps with no code tools. You don't need to be a programmer anymore to launch something useful.
What do you mean?
And
no code. No, you need to develop the tools and implement them within the code. That's the thing. That's what agentic AI is. You're actually developing the tools. You're using LongChain. You're using other kind of Python, PyTorch. You're developing and then implementing integration into this environment. That's how you're doing it. Not what he is saying. No, that's, oh, good Lord. See, people listen to this.
That's why I bring the videos to be verified.
I don't know what he's doing.
Number 10, corporate AI playbooks. Businesses need help creating adoption plans, ethical use policies, workflows, and training. The bottom line is 2023 was curiosity, 24 was chaos, 25 was implementation, and 26 is the year to monetize. Question simple. Are you learning AI?
No, you have to develop the architecture. You have to develop the automation for the architecture. You have to actually understand the templates for the data and then understand how to deploy. That's the thing. You need to know how to deploy and actually how to execute. And that's what 2026 is going to be, is about execution. You're being soft. Stop this softness. If you know how to execute, especially the architecture correctly and have integration with your applications, then you can do first agentic AI and then multi-agentic AI, and then develop your own S2 LMs, your small specialized LMs, to actually develop the solution. That's what it is. What he's talking about, monetize what? You had nothing to monetize. You're just talking theory. There's no monetization there. There's nothing there. There's nothing you can bring from one company to another, one customer to another. He was talking crap. Oh, where's my dog? Okay, come here, Chewbacca. Come here.
Or are you waiting for someone else to figure it out instead of you and get paid? If you want me to break down each one of these step by step, drop 2026 in the comments.
This is the only place you need to go if you're looking for an AI or machine learning internship or new grad job offer in 2026. I was literally just scrolling, about to go to bed, but I found this GitHub and I had to share it. It literally gets updated every day, you guys. The last update was like 15 hours ago, but it
see her screen a little bit more, but she said there's a GitHub that gets updated with job offers and internships.
Has everything from Fang.
Stop. Okay, guys. If you want to talk about a GitHub repo, This book, AI Engineering, has a GitHub repo associated with that. If you want to talk about a repo, read this book, do the labs, and go to that repo and make sure you can do the implementation that's in there. And we're going to be doing this in my advanced AI course. You do that, customers will go to you to implement. You won't have to look for a job. The jobs will be looking for you. Okay? Right? So again, if I go to Columbia, I don't want an 8, 9, and 10 to be there, you know, and I have to go pursue her. I just want to be walking down the street, 8, 9, and 10 goes up to me, says, "Hey, Senor wife, hey, how you doing?" Right?
That's
Like,
right.
I want her talking to me, right? I don't want to have to go pursue the same thing. If you get your skill set up and you know how to utilize those GitHub repos and you're doing the work, right? Then the companies will go for you. And the guys who aren't there right now, I want to tell you, you will be. Just keep on doing the work and believe in yourself. You will be. It's not one day. I think I've pretty much forked this repo. I've done 2 or 3 labs so far, right? I'm doing all kinds of stuff. There's more for me to do. Am I giving up? No. No, I'm not giving up. I keep on going. I know that over the winter, I've got more time. Again, I got time to do this and that. I'm learning Italian, right? I'm learning PowerShell right now. I'm learning C. I'm learning C# again, right? I got all this stuff going on. If I don't do all of the labs from here immediately, that's okay. I got time for it. But I do a little bit more every day. Guys, do the same thing. Have the same mentality. You'll be just fine, all right?
All right. Let's get ready to go to the next one.
Okay.
Quant, other AI companies, and it both includes
60 seconds. Number 1 is certifications don't matter as much as you think. Skills are the most important thing when it comes to network engineering, cloud engineering. Your skills pay the bills, and if you don't have the right skills, you're not going to be able to land a job. Number 2, your interviewing skills matter more than your technical skills. And the reason I say this is your interview skills land you the job. Your technical skills.
Okay. The first 2 was centered around skills. Certs are good, but skills and your interview skills are better.
Yeah, that's basically pickup. Right? You could have a perfect body, but if the overweight guy knows how to speak the language better than you and knows how to say the words, he'll get the girl.
True.
Just the way it is. So
Not letting you.
you need to have your skill. You need to have your speech ops for the interview be on point and tight.
Job. Okay. And once you learn those technical skills, you're going to be able to use that to be able to become better at interviewing, and then eventually use the interviewing skills to land the job. Number 3 is you start with the fundamentals first. Yes, I know you want to make those fast salaries and you want to make some good money, but start off with a field like network engineering. It's a field that I recommend. I start off with, help me land my first job and make decent money, but not like amazing money, but decent money. And it's a great field to start off with. Starting from scratch, if you need help, go ahead and DM me the word network.
I say no, that's too far back. You don't have to start there because then people can come back and say, what about systems? What about Linux? What about scripting? What about C? Right? And you always can go from the back. Look, start with cloud. All right? While you're doing cloud and you're doing Terraform and get your GitOps and GitOps, and we do Git, and then you're able to do DevOps. You get a job there, then you can go back and do networking. But for the most part, if you're in the cloud, you're not doing networking. You don't have to do. There's no routing in the cloud. You don't use BGP, EIGRP, or OSPF for the most part in the cloud. It's just not there. So why do you need networking? That makes no sense. You're not working with data centers. It's always in the cloud. So learn that stuff later on. That's a hybrid solution. That's a different solution. Just go straight to the cloud.
All right.
Make sure exactly how. Another thing, number 4 is also going to be, you need to focus on one thing. A lot of times, a lot of people want to pick a field. They want to do this field, this field, this field. The best thing you can do is stick to one field. Don't deviate from fields. A lot of times when you deviate, you're going to screw everything up and mess everything up and it kind of waste time, because what's going to happen is when you switch fields, you're going from one field, you're going to be at like a level 10. And then next time you switch, you're going to go down to like a level 0 and you have to start over from scratch. You might as well become an expert in one field and you're going to do well. So those are the 4 advice that I have for the past 4 years that I've had.
Yeah, I agree with that. So like I'm security, so I do network security, Python security, C security. This is programming security, cloud security, right? Terraform security, DevSecOps, AI security, right? It's always like I'm doing AI SecOps, that's right? I'm developing that. It's always security. So if I do AI, the point is how can I do the infrastructure, and then how can I secure it, right? Because I'm a security guy. I'm always focused. So it's like compliance is related to security, audit is related to security, right? I'm security centered. So whatever you want to do, if it's DevOps, make sure you can do DevOps in different environments, but you're doing DevOps, right? You're doing pipelines. If you're doing Sneak, great, do Sneak with multiple pipelines, but you're just Sneak, that's what you do. Understand what you want to do and be good at it. And then if you want to do something else, make sure you know what the relationship is between what you're doing now and what you're doing, where you're going to do, and do a cross specialization. You do a cross specialization, paid money, because they don't have people who are cross specialists. Make sure you can do that. Don't be a generalist, and then don't start over. Starting over is red ocean. You're just going straight to red ocean. I don't know why you do it. It's like me, I'm 52 years old, and if I went out in the market and dated a 55-year-old.
Right.
Like, what am I doing?
Add in tech. If you guys need help on how to become a network engineer, go ahead and DM me the word network and I can show you exactly.
You might be thinking to yourself, well, how can I start my AI career? How can I get more knowledge about AI and machine learning? I'm going to give you 3 certifications that are going to help to propel your career. First certification is going to be the Microsoft Certified Azure AI Engineer Associate. The second certification is going to be the Google Professional Machine Learning Engineer certification. Last but not least is going to be the AWS AI Certified Practitioner. Now, one thing that you'll notice about these certifications is that these are from the 3 major cloud giants, right? So in this day and age, if you're building any type of AI tools or resources, you're most likely doing it on a cloud platform. And in my other content, I always say, make sure you pay attention to the big 3, AWS, Azure, GCP, because they're the ones leading this space. So in turn, if you're getting
good here. Okay, so I only agree with him on one part in there, and that is the Azure AI engineer. That test is AI 102 from Microsoft. AI 102 is the foundation for my advanced AI course. I'm also using other materials. That is one of the best frameworks for AI certification that I've ever seen. So usually Microsoft gets it wrong, but once in a blue moon, Microsoft really gets it right. It doesn't happen all the time, but this time I actually got it right. So AI 102 is actually a very good very good test. The other 2 from AWS and Google are too basic. They're basically like, can you define this word? That's it. It's so basic. I just think, did you just like read a book or something? It's just too basic of a test. And I have a lot of guys in the class who actually have those certs, and they're not utilizing them at work. I don't hear anything like it's helping their career. So I say, why do you have it? If I don't, like, okay, I got the AI AI practitioner with AWS. I'm like, okay, good. So did you make $50,000 to $100,000 a year extra? Nope. Then why did you get the cert? We're going to see with the Gen AI Pro if that's actually something. But at this time, being able to implement it hardcore is number 1. I would just say personally, use the Microsoft AI 102 as a framework to guide you how to learn AI. That is correct. And there's some other online sources. There's repos or some things on YouTube. Again, the AI engineering, this book has good YouTube videos associated with it. Go there, do something like that. But what I'm hearing from this guy, I'm just like, no, man, that's good for clicks on YouTube, but it's not reality.
Right. We're gonna watch these last few videos and get on up out of here.
High-paying career that thousands of mid-career professionals are stepping into every month. But the reason you might not be moving forward is because nobody ever showed you the system that really helps turn your effort into results. When you learn skills out of order without a system, everything looks confusing. I gotta learn 1,000 different services. I gotta create 1,000 different project ideas. And then it's 1,000 different contradicting videos you will see online. But once you understand what comes first, second, and third, the entire cloud career becomes simple, predictable, repeatable, and worth every bit of effort you put in. That's when $3,461 every 2 weeks start feeling like a fantasy and start looking like your new normal. Now, I've watched single parents, truck drivers, teachers, help desk workers, warehouse workers, and mid-career professionals like you go from, well, I don't know where to start. I mean, I've tried everything, YouTube and everything, and I'm still stuck. You know what? I'm scared I'll make the wrong move again. 2, documented portfolio of projects, recruiter-ready visibility, real interviews, real offers, and real paychecks that change their entire lives. That's because they finally followed a system that works for real people with real lives and kids. So if you're serious about earning a paycheck like this in 2026 and you don't want to waste another 18 months, 2 years trying to do this on your own or try to go to school for a degree that don't matter, schedule a cloud clarity call with my team. We're going to take 30 minutes to map out where you are, where you want to go, and what's been blocking you. And then the exact system to build hands-on proof that companies are really hiring for in 2026. Now, this is the call that's going to give you the cloud career system or sequence you've been missing. And for many people, that's the moment everything changes for them. So most people think breaking in the cloud is about learning a bunch of tools, AWS, Linux, Python. Then they start collecting information, but really nothing clicks. Here's the truth nobody ever tells beginners that are just starting. Cloud isn't learned by memorizing tools. It's learned by changing the way you think. So right now, you're probably doing what every smart, hardworking beginner does.
Yeah, I agree with you. Changing the way you think and then doing projects based upon that new reality. That's what I 100% agree with that. And I had to change the way that I did IT when I went cloud native. I thought the cloud was BS. I thought it was some sort of gimmick, right? And when the COVID happened and I saw the cloud actually become big, I was like, okay, I have to change my entire career. And I did that. I spent some months retooling myself and I came back into the market and I was ready to go. There's a lot of opportunities with cloud. You have to change the way you think, you have to do different projects. He's entirely 100% correct on this one. I totally agree with his statements. So, guys, change your thinking. If you do that, then your paycheck will change. Just saying.
All right.
You're trying to understand cloud the same way you learned every other job you ever had. Linear, step by step, task by task. But cloud engineering doesn't work that way. Cloud is problem solving. Cloud is cause and effect. Cloud is...
Yep, I have a problem. How do I solve this? I have an implementation. How do I implement it? I need this API or this software to work with this API. Okay, I need to be able to deploy here, tear down, and deploy here, tear down. I need to have integration with this cloud or this service over there. How do I do this? I need to have security working in multi environments, and then I need to have monitoring set up as well. This is how cloud is. It's much more like ooze, like it just kind of ooze and flows in terms of IT. It's very scalable. It just moves. So you need to understand the security or the DevOps or anything like that regarding it, or you can specialize in multiple areas. Traditional data center doesn't work anything like this. It's just task. That's it. One thing after another, static, doesn't move. You have to change it. You'll be fine if you do. Do more projects which solve problems. Correct. Do the projects, you'll make it.
All right. And before we go to the last part of the video, Crypto said, how much was the cologne? The cologne of the evening that the brother was talking about is the massage, and it comes in a box like this, really nice. I'm presented to be 4, and it is an excellent clone of Louis Vuitton's $450 Imagination. So if you wonder what this is a clone of, it's a clone of Louis Vuitton's Imagination. It goes for like $40, and I'm telling you, man, It is like I say, it is a fresh out of the shower, clean laundry, lemon lime, very masculine, very clean man scent. It is a summer scent extraordinaire. And I'm talking about you guys in the South. You can get away with this all day long, or if you work in an office, you can get away with this. It is a very, very good clone of Imagination by Louis Vuitton, and many people know Louis Vuitton Imagination was one of the top colognes of 2025. And but if you don't have $450 to blow like that because you're buying the plane ticket somewhere or you're taking Theo's classes, you might want to take advantage of MAZAAJ Massage. MAZAAJ, and that's the cologne of the evening. Let's continue on with the last part of this video.
Hold on. I got to add on this one.
Okay, let's see what you have to say. Oh, no, he didn't.
I'm not on. I'm not on.
Let me go back.
I'm not on.
There we go. Theo got the Untold. Yes,
Untold.
sir.
Yeah, I was watching your show and you said to get it. This is dope. I love it. This is wow. It's so good. I'm like,
yes,
I
and
love
it
wearing
projects like a beast. It lasts forever. It is the clone of Baccarat 540 by Mason Mason John Kirk John and Mason Francis Kirk John, and it many of us know that you're going to pay at least $250 for Baccarat 540, and it doesn't even project as much. But that Untold by Club de Nuit is a banger. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The burnt candy and the scent is extremely masculine, and it's a
yes, it's a great one. I just told myself when I get off the airplane in Medellin and I take my shower, my first night out, I'm wearing this. Oh yeah,
yes,
this is a great scent.
Absolutely.
All right.
Correct.
Okay.
Untold. The
Untold.
cologne that Theo has is called Untold.
So it's Club de Nuit, Untold.
By Club de Nuit. Yes.
It is
by Armand.
banger.
Armand is the brand that makes it, and it's called Untold.
So I got this on Amazon. It was like $25, I think.
Yeah.
Like that. It's not like I'm used to paying how much? Like $200, $250, $300 for something like this. Yeah. And I was like, good. Finally, my salary is working for me instead of against me.
There you go.
This is good stuff. Yeah. All right.
So let's go back to the last bit of the video.
Yeah.
Understanding how one decision changes everything else. Yeah, that's why you feel stuck. Because nobody ever showed you how to think beyond the technology. Once you learn to think like a cloud engineer, to break down a problem, to trace where something lives, to understand why a system fails, to see patterns instead of random services, then the entire field and possibilities of what you can do actually opens up and you will see it. This is why some beginners accelerate fast, because they stop trying to learn every single thing and they start trying to learn differently. It's about your mindset shift and the way you think once again. So if cloud still feels overwhelming for you, don't just assume that you're not cut out for it. Don't assume you need to watch more videos. Don't assume you need to study harder. You're just missing the framework to think like a cloud engineer. So if you get the thinking right, then every tool and service that you come across from then on finally makes sense. That's how you're going to level up in 2026. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. You just have to break it down. You have to understand how you're going to do the implementation. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. I always say, too, is you need to work in a group, right? So that's why I set my class up the way it is. If you're studying by yourself, you're just an island. That's it. You're an island savant. And what you tend to be is rather awkward. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to position yourself. And what you need to do is actually go out there and talk to people and actually be a part of a group and in group work. If you do group work, that means you have group struggle and group trauma. Actually, I want you guys to have that, because if you overcome your trauma in the class, you actually become successful, then you have group victory. And when you go to an interview, you're able to convey that. So you're able to say like, hey, I'm a part of a group, and I want to be a part of your group, right? It's kind of like somebody who has a family and wants to become a part of somebody else's family. You can kind of tell how that works. But if you're just like a lone shark, people understand, hey, look, you're kind of a loner. You don't know what you're doing, right? You don't know how a family works. So if you do it this way and you're actually part of the group, you're going to be very successful. And again, I want you guys to understand this who are here. Again, if you're my student, I want you to fail in a group. I want you to understand that. I want you to fail in a group, because then you guys can learn together and struggle together. If you fail by yourself, you'll probably drop out. That's it. I can't do anything, right? So again, if you fail and you're on a boat, people can come back around and pick you up and put you back in. But if you're the only person in the boat and you fall off, that's it.
Right.
You can't get to that boat. You got to try to get back to it. It's kind of hard to do. You can't do it. That doesn't work, right? Hey, Tevin, how you doing? That Club de Nuit Untold be turning heads in the club. Yep, fellas, please not wear that cologne when going to the club. Oh man, I got to sort of tell. Hey, wear it to the gym. Shoot, like go get some empanadas with that thing. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? Guarantee you. Shameless plug. Again, I'm gonna get my body right, get my weight right. I'm gonna have nice clothes. Like, I actually do have nice clothes, so I'm gonna be wearing that nice clothes. I'm gonna get Chewbacca in front of me, and then I'm gonna be wearing this and walking down the street in clothes.
There you go.
That's all I'm gonna take. That's right. I won't need to be doing any cold approach. Cold approach will come to me, right? That's it. Hey, Senor Wife, how are you? Hey, okay, I'm ready. Right.
And our last comment for the night from Uriah
said, I did that quite well, failing in the group. Help me with Terraform. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you failed in a group. Because I guarantee you, when I was doing Terraform in the beginning, I was doing that by myself. And the amount of frustration that I had, I was going crazy. And I was using it in the office, and I was auditing it in the office, and I could find security problems in the office, but I couldn't fundamentally figure out how Terraform works. I couldn't get the structure, but I could find security problems. It kind of sounds like an oxymoron, but that's the way it was. Guys, if I would have worked with a group, or if I had people I could go to and say, I don't know about this, I'm kind of having a problem with this, my first year of Terraform would have been so much easier. I wouldn't have been torturing myself. Instead, now you guys get to work in a group, right? I got templates already for you. All you have to do is implement them. You can talk with other people. Your ability to learn Terraform is so much easier than it was for me. Take advantage of it. So fail with other people, because you're going to be okay. When I failed, I was ready to go jump into traffic, right? I was like, why? I felt so isolated. That's not the way you want to do it. It sucks, man. Not good.
All right. We want to say thank you to our special guest, Theo, who's here with us this evening. We're going to wrap it up because I know you guys will have questions after questions. And I'm going to get a good night's sleep because I've got to get up in the morning for studying, as well as got the kettlebell workout.
Oh, I got to do kettlebells tonight too. I haven't done it yet.
So. Oh yeah, got to have my kettlebells. And so, but the last thing is, my brother Dog said this. He said, I'm glad that I always check out this channel. Last time I saw Theo, he said I was trucking state to state over a year ago. Thanks again. Yes, sir. And he said I'm helping others now, based on learning from the failures.
Good.
Yep, times. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Giving back. And you give back to the group, everybody is happy. Everything works. That we want other brothers to be, how can I say, lifted up based upon our failures and our experiences. We want to help them get jobs. We want to help them be successful. Just us. Nobody is helping us out, right? We're the ones doing it. This is our own bootstrap. So guys, keep it going. My students who are here, thank you for being here. I want to tell you guys, don't give up. Keep on working. You're going to be just fine. Just keep it going. Get that cloud job. If you have a cloud job, make sure you're good at it. Go to one of my specialty courses, all right? Again, for the guys who can do AI later on, go do AI later on, okay? You got opportunity. The most important thing I have to say to you is don't quit. Keep it going. You'll be just fine.
All right. Well, we're going to let you go, Theo. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And we're going to do an outro video. So I'm going to let Theo down up out of here.
See you, Andre.
Brother. Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Merry Christmas to you too as well, brother.
Okay. Talk to you guys later.
I hope this was encouraging for you guys as much as it was for me. You know, being in Theo's class with many of you guys, I understand it just as much as, you know, the frustrations and the ups and downs, the victories, as well as the challenges, just like you do. And that's why periodically Theo and I purposely do an episode just to keep you guys encouraged and keep me encouraged, as well as himself, to keep you guys encouraged in regards to this particular career. The opportunity is there. And remember, just as the one video, the several videos we just watched, the key thing is realize your job from now on is not to prevent problems on a job. Your job from now on will be to solve problems on a job. I'll say this again. Many of us are working on jobs that our job is to prevent something from happening on a job. Our jobs now, in many cases, are going to be to solve the problem of something that's taking place on the job. Glad to see that Theo was in here this evening. Yes, sir. Get that homework done. Another awesome show. Let's get us a good outro going, and you guys have a good evening. So let's get some outro videos going for us. That's what we'll do. How about we go? We can always go here first.
Beamer, that's a big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through the like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, tell the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. I just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that bitch get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Told him send an Addy and to stay up. Out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like.
escape from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally. I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run